Oh, hello. My name is Dr. Eric Sigurdsson, Head of Weapons and Materials Research, here at the Black Mesa Research Facility. Our first-rate associates have always designed, developed, and manufactured specialized equipment for an amazing array of advanced scientific disciplines. But don't take my word for it. Let's see what one of our many satisfied business partners has to say.
Thanks, Doc. The Navy and Marine Corps needed a weapons system that offered single target force projection that allows an operator to eliminate a threat at an extreme range. The XVL-1456 meets those particular requirements, and then some. Thanks a lot, Black Mesa.
Of course, all this research would be useless if we couldn't test our weapons properly. Thankfully, Black Mesa has a variety of decommissioned areas that we have been able to repurpose for our needs. From outdoor storage sites to temperature-controlled indoor facilities, we can provide testing in almost any environment imaginable. At Black Mesa, we continue to deliver the future.
Down. Shutting down. It's not shutting down.
Welcome everybody to Let's Play Black Mesa with Rampancy.net. I'm Narcogen.
And I'm Blackstar, and we've also got Funkmon in the channel as well, so
yes.
Thank you for joining us. We certainly hope you enjoy this foray into classic games.
Yep, and let's say hi to the chat, because we've got Lino Cyborg, Rampant Cyclone, Bob Robertson, hi, and Forrest. Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody else who was
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so this is a game back from from 99. Like this came out around the same time that the first reveal video for Halo was coming out. Because remember, it was Dave Saraceno who actually was showing me this when I was getting hyped for the Halo video.
Oh wow, I haven't thought about Dave in years.
And I've watched playthroughs of Half-Life 1, and I've played some of the opening of Black Mesa since it was a mod, which was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of the comparisons will be talk about the very different style of visual storytelling and integration of storytelling gameplay between the Half-Life series and the Halo series, because they're quite different. So let's just go here.
They are pretty different, but I remember when Halo was released, there were a lot of people talking about how similar it was to Half-Life in certain respects. Like the fact that there were no loading zones and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was kind of big back in the day. Now, personally, I have not been a huge player of this. I have tremendous respect for it, but I just think at the time I didn't either have the hardware for it or it wasn't a title that I had bought. Narc has always been the forerunner for this type.
Welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel. The time is 8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees.
There's just a whole lot of details
High of
in this to notice.
105. The Black Mesa compound is maintained at a pleasant 68 degrees at all times.
And it starts off all, at least for what you expect it is, pretty normal. Like, everything back there looked like things are kind of on the up and up, right? You know, competently managed, normal stuff going on, nothing is messed up. And here's one of those short load sequences like Halo has as well.
This train is
Bound for Glory. I'm sorry.
from 3 dormitories to Sector C test labs and control facilities. If your intended destination is a high security area beyond Sector C, you will need to return to the Central Transit Hub in Area 9 and
That looks serious.
security train.
Wonder if that'll be important later.
Submitted your identity to the retinal clearance system. You must report to Black Mesa personnel for processing before you will be permitted into the high security branch of the transit system.
That guy in the back doing the Picard maneuver.
Due to the high toxicity of material routinely handled in the Black Mesa compound, no smoking, eating, or drinking are permitted within the Black Mesa transit system.
Bob Robinson says, competently managed. So this is not a government facility? No, it's not actually competently managed. I'm just pointing out that, like, the first part of the tram ride looks a certain way, and then things change over the arc. And also, a lot of the music in this series is more of an ambient thing.
At all times, do not attempt to open the door.
It is private, though, isn't it?
Complete halt at the station platform.
It's government-funded private.
They're a government
company.
contractor. I don't know that it's actually a
Right.
government facility.
Instruction. If it is necessary to exit the train, disable
Oh, hey, a black helicopter.
be evacuated first. Please stay away from electrified rails and proceed to an emergency station until assistance arrives.
Blackstar, you there?
Now, in the original game, this was all just.
I wonder if we've had a technical problem here. I can't hear Blackstar anymore.
No, I'm just being quiet.
Oh, okay.
And Funk keeps talking over me, so
You haven't made any attempt at speech.
I didn't want to interrupt because you were interrupting.
And they're interrupting what?
He asked me, "Is Blackstar there?" And Funk, you immediately started talking.
Well, I was talking before. Anyway, all those outside sequences in the original game, it was like a red square that you had
they're
to interpret
very
as
low resolution compared to this. It is interesting that they've got an essentially minimally interactive introductory sequence that requires 2 load zones.
Forrest wants to know if we were doing interrupting cow again. Plus, I wanted to see and read all the dialogue at the beginning, but
1900 hours in the Level 3 facility. The semifinals for high security personnel will be announced in a separate secure broadcast transmission. Remember, more lives than yours may depend on your fitness.
oh, Golfer was also in the chat before. He says, "How's it going?"
Hey, Golfer.
No.
Oh, also a note: Golfer did change his name in the Xbox library, so he's a different name there.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that then.
Yeah.
There was
I
a
lose
comment there about the
You have a friend.
decathlon and the hazard facility,
Addition to the
and I have a vague memory of
openings
it either being
in the areas of
part of the original game or like a shareware version of the original game, where you was you basically just did the Half-Life hazard course, like you did what it's referencing
in the
there.
areas of
But
theoretical
that's a very fuzzy memory of
technology
20 years ago.
or other high-tech
So I don't know.
equipment. Please contact our civilian
But I
recruit.
remember doing the hazard
The Black
course.
Mesa facility is an equal opportunity employer.
I will say this is the best looking I've ever seen.
Personnel.
Oh, yeah.
Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa Research Facility. Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup is grounds for immediate termination. If you feel you have been exposed to radioactive or other hazardous materials in the course of your duties, contact your radiation safety officer immediately. Work safe. Work smart. Your future depends on it.
Hello? And now you're like, wait a minute. This isn't right.
Nope.
Control facilities.
Zaldair's in the chat. Hi, Zal.
Stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity. Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for personal belongings. Thank
Yeah,
you.
none of this crap's
Have a
mine.
very safe
Or very personal.
day.
Oh wow, the scene is already there, and it's like it has to load in. It has to load again.
Bob Robertson said, "Yeah, have your friends or relatives come to work at Black Mesa?"
Looks like you're running late.
Is that so there won't be anybody to notice you're missing?
Barney's been pretty scarce around these parts.
Okay,
Guess his bar tab must have finally caught up with him.
and that's a joke because like the security, like most of the characters in the original game don't even have names. I mean, they're all kind of like Sniper Sergeant. You know, they weren't supposed to be characters, but then they gave you a character in Half-Life 2. They made the security guard Barney and pretended he was a guy you already knew, but this
Yeah.
guy's not him, so he has to refer to
After
Barney.
that step, Freeman. You're late enough as it is.
I will say that the minimal interface design that they've done for these games has got to be one of my all-time faves.
Yeah, like there's no HUD right now because like I don't have my suit, I don't have a weapon, I don't have anything, so there's literally nothing there.
But even when you do, there's a dot.
It's minimal, yeah. It's
And when
pretty minimal.
names come up, it's got like a half dissolved or a quarter dissolved black background outline and the text, and that's all. Love that. Zal says, I decided to brave watching the recordings of the Dead Space stream.
Now, one thing Okay. I had this working with controller support before the last big public beta that added Zen, and that apparently broke it. So I'm mouse and
really?
keyboarding this, and I gotta admit,
Freeman, I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about, 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess. They were also having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Whatever you do, don't push that button.
Cut it out!
What the hell is going on up there?
My horoscope was correct.
Did someone pull the fire alarm or something?
Come on, Gordon. What are you trying to do? Get me into trouble?
sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
There
My
is,
horoscope was correct.
there is a button down there. You can actually push the emergency button and it plays an alarm. So the thing about it is that the thing that's nice about controllers actually is that you can be very cinematic with it. And
Yeah.
the mouse and keyboard, it's more like it's hard to keep a nice constant walk pace with it because it just feels like you're sprinting around. Anyway.
Oh, Funk says there's something wrong with my mixer.
Gordon Freeman.
Oh, is your feed
I don't
not
know.
done?
I usually just press the button. Oh, I think it choked on the loading scenes.
Try hitting Control-Alt-Delete.
That's a whole other can of
Control
worms.
delete.
So yeah, this is the Half-Life 1 scenario recreated in a modern, more modern engine, and that was kind of what I wanted Halo Anniversary to be. Instead of like we're going to emulate this thing within an inch of its life and then just give it a new graphical layer. Like this is not just updated graphics. This is the scenario in a newer engine. This would be like, let's do a Halo 1 campaign, but in the Reach engine, you know, or the Destiny
Oh, it
engine.
would be so much better. It would be so
That's
much
what I
better.
wanted.
You know, in the all right, Black Star works. In the anniversary
Dr. Freeman.
of Halo 1,
But the thermal protection
it's
system seems
so much worse because it's a port of the PC game. And if you guys remember, the PC game
Yes,
had
about
bad shaders,
going to need you to
and the transparency was all screwed up. And you can see that even in the anniversary edition, which is supposedly which has been like fixed. or something, or like retextured, you can still see the bad versions of Halo of the Halo 1 PC port in there.
Is single-handedly responsible for
And so it's not even
in science.
a 2001 engine.
Do you think you're going
It's
to get for
a
reproduction?
bad port of a 2001 engine.
Focus on inventing something new and unique.
He does have a point.
Oh, but this is more than replication, I assure you. For one, it shows how far our field has come since the original study was published, and to say nothing of the modern perspective necessary to monitor its influence.
It is nice that there's actually like a real life joke here about the value of recreating experiments, because there's a bunch of people who basically say one of the big problems with experimental science these days is that like all the money and attention and grants is for new experiments and not for the reproduction necessary to verify that old experiments actually produced valuable data.
Right, yeah, because the whole idea of being able to produce those same results on demand, they don't want to go through that.
And I blame the journals. The journals are hurting so hard for dough, they employ the file drawer effect. So every time you get a replication study, it basically doesn't get published unless it's in a free journal. Science is never going to publish a replication. So you basically only get the new stuff that gets all the big money. And it's the journal's fault. There you go. That's my opinion.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Rampant says, yeah, if you think Dead Space is scary...
They discovered way more elements in this version of 1999 than R99.
Oh, really? See, I didn't think to look at
Results were perfectly...
at that with regard to what the date is.
You can't be serious.
Oh, jeez, I better go look it up. But I'm pretty sure they didn't have those in 99. They, after...
maybe they did, and they just didn't tell anybody about it.
Right. Black Mesa they were the people who figured them out.
Looks like everybody's having a hardware error. Thought that guy was playing Donkey Kong for a second.
Yeah, I thought it sometimes so too. I do like that all of their keyboards are good.
Wow, that's trippy.
Green space reflection? No. Oh, look at that. These Windows 2000.
Water tables.
And a TI-30X2 calculator.
It doesn't say the year, but I suppose you could identify it by the days of the week.
Yeah, but they go in a loop. Like, I bought my sister a calendar of construction equipment from the 80s because it worked out to be the same as last year.
Be honest.
Anyway, I was talking about the hazard course. I looked up the hazard course. And, well, that was a long conversation. And the hazard course is an optional training mode for the first game, which I remember playing.
Can handle anymore.
You got in your suit and then learned how to move around the game a little bit. And I also looked up, there is a mod for the Black Mesa game called Black Mesa Hazard Course. So you can play the hazard course in this game. But no decathlon.
Good heavens!
What the hell? You think you can fix the vending machine?
Are they really that confused by a microwave?
We'll never hear the end of this.
Yeah, you best make like an atom and split. 'Cause that was you-know-who's lunch.
So this is another little Easter egg where, like, the original game had this thing where you could go in and you could turn the microwave off and ruin somebody's lunch. But again, there were no real characters. So again, in like one of the episodes in Half-Life 2, they added in another scientist character from here, and they retroactively made it so that it was that guy's lunch who you ruined. So they make a mention of it here.
Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
I don't know.
I totally forgot the locker room existed. Wow.
Now that's a power-up. That's like shield energy for the suit, which we don't have on yet, so I'm not going to bother with it.
Drat. No toilet paper. Oh, thank heavens. I'm in dire need of some
Oh
toilet
my
paper.
goodness.
Pretty sure those are paper towels, but you do you, man.
He's just gonna clog up the toilet.
You can't
Oh, there
actually
it is,
grab
there
the
it is.
toilet paper, I think. Nope.
Oh no, what about the one in the sink? I guess toilet paper is
Toilet paper is not
incorporeal.
interactable. You can only grab the paper towels.
Just a minute.
Anyway,
I like that they have keypads on the toilet stalls.
HEV container controls.
This reminds me of ooh.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions. High impact reactive arm
Look, so I guess the HEV runs Windows. You can see by the file system.
activated. Vital sign monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Defensive weapon selection system activated. Mission level monitoring activated. Communications interface online. Have a very safe day. Power 15%.
I remember my days in the hazardous environment suit.
All right, well,
Logging procedure.
let's finally go where we're supposed to go.
This experiment.
Don't count on it. If anything, you'll just have more.
I'm rather busy now.
I'm sure you are. Okay, can't get in there.
Go right on through, sir. Looks like you're in the barrel today.
So it's my turn in the barrel, huh? Oh, Lion says, by the way, guys, I know nobody cares, but the original Half-Life 1 was on CD, was my first FPS, Opposing Force on CD. I never played Op Force. I did play Blue Shift. That was the first and only Half-Life that I played.
Oh, that's neat. Look at that.
Safety.
Right.
Our record speaks for itself.
Can you go look back at the desert image where the responsibility image? Okay, if you guys notice,
Yeah,
I'm
they changed
pretty
it.
sure that they had a saguaro cactus in that desert responsibility image. And
Oh,
if they're
maybe.
in New Mexico, there are no saguaros. And that always irritates me when they have saguaros where they don't exist.
Visionary. Well, there you go.
The future.
No, I mean the cactus.
Come on, cactus.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, jeez.
Oh well. Literally unplayable, huh?
Yep.
So all the music is background, right? Other than that just little sequence there when we got the suit, it doesn't take the lead. It's not really setting an emotional tone. You know, the music isn't driving our agenda. They've never taken camera control away. And even the interactive sequences we've seen between other NPCs, you know, you can look at them or not. You can stare at a wall. You can jump on their heads, you know.
It's nothing to worry about.
I like that the NPCs are in the room with us.
Instead of behind glass.
Right. Because it seems like from like
Now, we're
98
shut
to
down for
2006 maybe.
I'm sure it'll show.
When there were NPCs in a game, like in real time with you having player control, they would always be behind glass if they were talking. except for Half-Life. Half-Life had you interact with them.
We should harness the remaining photonic energy to ensure resonance control.
They do seem to only have
Check the Brewster's
like
plates
2 voice
to
actors.
Make sure these superluminescent diodes are protected from
Just like the real game, by the way. The real game had
yeah,
like
that's
3
true.
of them.
That's true.
How curious. The acousto-optic modulators are on the fritz again.
And they only had 2 scientist models,
What's up,
I
Doc?
think. They had black scientist, old guy scientist,
Had
Yeah,
a mess down here this morning. Have fun.
great.
who were
Sounds great.
retconned into characters as
Yeah, in Half-Life 2.
in Half-Life 2.
Hello, Gordon Freeman.
You wouldn't know history's greatest scientific discovery if it came here and clawed off your face. I'm going to explode.
Please relax.
Don't worry, I'm sure that won't happen.
Much worse.
Oh, Zolder also wants to know if Black Star's bike is broken.
No, I'm still here. I
okay.
just can't get a word in edgewise.
Novel coming along.
Yes?
Baron says I'm at work and I can't watch, but I'm super excited for
How do you
this. Looking
open
forward to the
up that-
commentary.
that
See what I
thing?
mean? Can't say a word.
Does that say naked fries?
Could be. By the way, all this physics stuff and interacting with stuff, that was not
Oh yeah, I mean that was not
anyone paying attention.
standard in the time, and even in Halo, right? There's nowhere near that many.
Nice of you to finally join us, Doctor. We've just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we needed the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather he went to some lengths to get it. They're waiting for you, Gordon. In the test chamber. Right. Come on then. I'll walk you down.
This guy, I assume, is supposed to be Kleiner.
Eli has been busy making last-minute preparations for the new experiment. Greetings, Eli.
Morning, Izzy.
I trust this morning finds you well.
Gordon, good morning. I'm glad you're here. These last-minute changes, they're a bit strange to just... Oh! It's about to go critical.
What in the blazes is going on with our equipment?
It was never meant to do this in the first place.
It's nothing we can't handle ourselves, Eli. Run along, Gordon. We'll be but a moment.
I'm trying to remember if one of these is interactable now. No?
This could take a bit
No,
longer
I guess
than
not.
anticipated.
I have a very vague memory of this room, and it was much lamer in the original game. And also didn't have Eli.
Yeah, I think Eli was not. Again, was also not a character in the game.
Oh, look at that. The trash bin rotated.
Whilst sipping champagne.
Well, they probably didn't anticipate people doing that.
By Becquerel's ghost! The radiation
That was
level
neat.
is off
When you
the
brought it
charts.
into a new room, its reflection map changed.
You know, this is far from the glory.
You carry the trash can around with you the entire game.
So,
I've got 2 PhDs.
No, but I did do that achievement in Half-Life 2 where you have to get the gnome to the end of the game and put it in the rocket.
please. You do
Same
very
person.
meaningful work here.
Really? Push that button. Walk over here. Push this one. Stand and stare at the screen. Walk back over there. Push another button. Again.
Come now, you're overreacting.
I don't know how much longer I can abide these perfunctory tasks. I need more time for myself.
Ha! Don't kid yourself. You wouldn't know what to do with free time if you even had any.
That tears it. I'm going to check with the office upstairs and see how many vacation days I've accrued over the past 25 years. It's high time I took a break from all this.
Certainly, but before you do, activate the electron multiplier and report the reading from the micro-channel plates.
I think everybody will be getting a vacation soon. Don't worry about it.
I don't actually have to test my theory, do I? And what do you want me to do about it?
Is this guy talking to himself?
Oh no, it's talking about the other guy.
Okay. Alright, I thought those were the same model, but I'm not sure now.
Oh, there you are.
Generic bearded white guy. The game.
Not wrong.
Ah, here he is.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedure today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
Now, as long as we follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that. Although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely. I just don't feel...
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
Like, Halo never trusts you to frame a cutscene.
No, but they also had a voiced protagonist.
Minimally. And also,
I
like...
think you're forgetting his famous line in the first cutscene. Captain Keys.
Captain Key, yeah. I mean, also, notice, like, the HUD is very minimal here. I don't have a weapon, so I don't have a crosshair.
Waiting for something, Gordon.
That's not a redesigned HUD for this version of the game.
I don't think so.
It was
there's
like
there's also no waypoint. So, like,
right.
You're supposed to do something here. You're supposed to listen to them to know what you're supposed to do.
Everything seems to be in order.
And that's through most of the game. The game is not particularly large. Really, the gameplay comes from figuring out what you need to do in a certain area to get past a blockage.
Start the rotors. That way we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives. Gordon, are you not hearing me? Climb up and start the rotors, please. Very good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, or how long the reading will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to 105%. It's probably not a problem. Probably. But I'm
This
doing a small
portion of the game looks basically the same as the original, except with incredibly, much higher textures, or much better textures.
We've just been in...
But I remember it being one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Should be coming up to you. Look to the delivery system for your specimen. Escort the carrier to the analysis point. Shut it down. Shut it down. Someone get him out of there. Shut it down. It's not shutting down.
The original version of the game, he was basically just like, you got teleported to a couple of places that were mostly green, and you'd see some aliens, but these are much more fleshed out environments.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody ever give an explanation of what the experiment was supposed to be doing, because from what I understood, the sample was something that was taken from Zen, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But what were they doing with it in here?
Snapping it? Resonance cascade. That's what just happened. So what could that mean? They're worried about a resonance cascade. What could they have been doing? Just stole that guy's first aid kit. Look at
I
dynamic
know.
lighting.
I mean, like, you're gonna use the health pack, man. Don't you know that's how medicine works in this world? You just grab the health pack. You don't need to do this.
Also, I like the part where blood is obviously spewing out of his head and he's giving him CPR.
Elevator failure.
That'll help.
Not use. Attention. Security personnel to Sector C immediately.
Nope. He got his vacation.
Warning. Unauthorized biological forms detected in coolant maintenance area.
Unauthorized biological forms, huh?
Listen,
Coletta wants to know if she missed anything.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one. By Schrodinger's cat, he's alive.
Gordon! Thank God for that hazard suit. All the phones are out. I can't reach anyone in the facility. You need to get to the surface and let someone know that we're stranded down here. There's no telling what kind of danger it is. My God. What have I done?
Fascinating. Would you
We can't afford to waste time. You'll need me for the retinal scanner. I'm certain the rest of the science team will help you along the way. And for God's sake, keep that suit on until you're in the clear. You hear me?
Oh, and in Half-Life 2, he's got a pet head crab that he's like defanged or something. I wonder if this is supposed to be the same one.
Yeah, I think he called it Eddie Lamar.
Yes, that's true. And yes, Colette said, hey, did I miss anything? Just the resonance cascade, whatever that
Got
is.
to find someplace safe for Isaac, so I can go find my family.
So, honestly, no. The whole first part of the game here, before the resonance cascade, is basically just to be really slow and lame. So, when the resonance cascade happens, you're like, oh man, the shit has hit the fan.
Whoop. Okay, that shouldn't be happening.
That seems perfectly normal. Just crouch through it.
Oh, Forrest is gonna go run. Have fun.
Have fun, Forrest.
Warning. Anomalous energy field detected in Administration Center.
Heels is pushing for fatality. Not yet.
Oh, you go ahead. Do you have the soundboard up?
I think so.
Whoop. No. Get away. I don't even think I have anything to kill this thing with yet. Yeah, like you can throw stuff at it, but it's not really effective.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, okay, and this is the engine's gameplay innovation. Crouch jumping, a thing where you can jump higher by first crouching and then jumping. It's garbage.
What? You're turning yourself into a spring.
Yeah, I don't think it really works that way, or at least in gaming doesn't. It just seems kind of silly. Oh,
hey, at least they don't have a sequence where you're in a falling elevator and you jump to avoid the crash.
Oh, and I also need to reconfigure. I need to reconfigure crouching to be a toggle.
Security personnel.
Oh!
Sector C.
That doesn't look good.
Hold on, I'll get the nurse.
Now, I gotta admit, the first time I downloaded this when it was a mod, I got stuck here forever. Because this door doesn't open.
Mm-hmm. You can't crouch through it.
I don't have the crowbar yet. They actually changed, like the crowbar is the first weapon you get in the game, and they actually change where you get it in this version. This didn't look to me like I could crouch through it, but you can.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
I thought I was dumb. I just thought I was that I had missed something.
That's Half-Life in a nutshell. You're like going around like, geez, how do I get out of this freezer? It's like, oh, this is obvious planks will get you through the air vent. Oh, you can crouch through the window. Oh, you do this. It's annoying because you're... But this is why the game was so cool, because the original game was pretty similar.
Going down?
Yeah, they are.
Woo! So you're too busy stuck in the... You're busy in this game world where you think I can't break windows, I can't just crowbar open this door. But in Half-Life, a lot of time, you can break the window and then just get through there. You can do these things that you could do in real life, and it was one of the first games to do that. Before, it would be, all right, window, that's a barrier. Door, that's a barrier. But you can do it in this game.
Lino says also, Narc, you can't, the crouch jump isn't bad at all. It is a sample of shooters like this, not counting Quake or Unreal. But it is bad in Black Mesa, as the shareware mod forces you to do it all the time. The mod fixes jumping properly somehow, but it isn't Half-Life or 1 or 2 perfect, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, what is it a staple of exactly? Because, like, Doom era stuff doesn't have jumping in it at all.
Kind of stuff.
Quake doesn't have crouch jumping. Halo doesn't have crouch jumping. I mean, like, this is the only game I know of that even has that, and I can't think of modern games.
Halo does have crouch jumping.
Yeah.
As a trick, as not as a thing the scenario is designed to teach you how to do by name and requires you to do successfully. True. This one does.
That's true. I think Half-Life was the first one.
Get the hell out of here.
Kaleidos says there's a bug that if you put the chair through the elevator door, you can prevent the elevator from falling.
Oh, really?
Supposedly. She says they haven't patched it out.
Oh, that looks creepy.
We should probably be
perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
I Hate Heel says Halo also has teabagging. Does this?
I feel like Halo was called Corpse.
Whoa, what the?
Oh, yeah, that's why you gotta let that security guard fire.
One down and hell if I know how many left.
That's obviously 2 down.
And also, I like the part where no one back home is going to believe this. As if you wouldn't be put in a government prison facility for life.
Yeah,
As if you're going to survive this.
They think they have a strict NDA in that. In fact, a lot of the people don't know this, but a lot of names of government agencies are also incredibly hidden. So if you even know the name of one you're not supposed to know too, that can get you in trouble.
I gotta check something. I don't think the flashlight looks correct.
Is it a lighting problem?
Yeah,
I think it looks pretty correct.
I don't know whether it's a shadow issue or what, but like it doesn't look like things are getting lit properly.
Yeah, Cyberx. Yeah, Halo does have it, but crouch jumping, but it's not required. It's still there. Cyberg says, "Yeah, we need an ALF 1 to add jump and crouch by default, like Vanilla Build or GD Zoom."
Oh, turn on motion blur. That's fun.
Motion blur is...
Oh, dynamic shadow quality. There's your problem. Turn that up higher.
Yeah, that's a little low.
Oh, where is it?
Magic Q's in chat. Hi, it says,
left.
hello. Did I make it in time?
Yeah, put it on high. The dynamic shadow quality in this version, or in this game, is like, that is the biggest setting that will influence how good it looks.
All right, let's try that.
Also, turn on the cascading shadow map. That's important.
Oh, really? All right. Cascading shadow map.
I'm waiting for this to crash instantaneously. Yeah, because I mean, as soon as he starts changing settings, you know that things are going to go tits up.
Well, we'll see.
I screwed around with this last week.
My bad, Doc.
I feel like...
Yeah, but your
I
computer
still
sucks.
feel like it feels to me like there's some object in front of me that's blocking the flashlight from getting to what I'm pointing at.
See, now he looks like he has a shadow ghost behind his head.
Oh.
All right, well, we'll see.
Sorry.
That reminds me of the lamest deep sky object I show people on the regular. It's called Mirak's Ghost. One of the few I think there's like 5 stars named Mirak, and one of them is in the constellation Andromeda, and right behind it is a small planetary nebula that looks like a ghost version of the star. And I show that to people, and they're like, "That's it?" I say, "Yeah, that's it. That's what astronomers think is cool."
Kaladi says, yeah, I'm just curious as to what the justification of the military coming out with orders to kill literally everyone. I don't think America was established to be a supreme hush-hush dictatorship in Half-Life.
Well, funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, hate to tell you,
yeah.
But...
There are a bunch of games that do it, and we'll talk about it when we get to that. But yeah, there are a bunch of games that start off with a scenario like this, and then pivot to a story beat that changes the gameplay elements, and often I think is like that, and ends up making things somehow less interesting. Like I would say, like the Flood or the plot complication in Halo that might make the story more interesting, but makes the gameplay less interesting.
20%.
And this game also has a plot complication that impacts gameplay, I would say, in a negative way.
Cyberg says, too bad America had a dystopian after Dr. Breen became president. It's not the only one.
Oh god, I mean at this point I would take Dr. Breen.
Oh please, I'd take 2.
This shit is something out of a sci-fi movie. Hey, you be careful in there, Doc.
Is somebody doing fireworks in the background?
Oh, that means there were fireworks downtown. I guess that was today.
Yeah, what is that about?
It's some kind of winter carnival thing.
It's
it was
December.
Too bad. I was just saying something about it today, and people were asking me what day it was, and I'm like, I don't remember. I saw a flyer downtown.
Yeah, it's just it sounds like a war behind me. I don't know if that's coming through in the microphones. Yeah, Bob Robertson said, yeah, this is all fake. The computers don't have the password sticky notes on them.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, it kind of looked like You interrupted a makeout session for a second.
Now, how did he get in there? Seriously.
Somebody put him on for, somebody pushed the popcorn button.
Yeah, see, like here, like, why is that like that? That looks like, it looks like he's casting his own shadow on himself.
Well, it looks like it's being cast in the air. It doesn't look like it's on the surface of the wall. It looks like it's on him and hovering just behind his head.
Try screwing with those settings.
Yeah. That's why I don't have 100% faith in funk suggestion settings.
Well,
there.
Nothing else is happening.
Just saying. I'm just glad it hasn't crashed.
I do think it's kind of cute that they have high, low, potato as settings. I did used to have crash problems with this when it was a mod. I haven't really as a full release.
Remember, he said it, ladies and gentlemen. I do like that they have just like an alarm bell, and it's not this annoying klaxon. Yeah. So, I mean, it does sound like, recess is over, but at least it's not as foreboding and annoying.
But don't dawdle.
Cyborg says, cook the head crab.
Grab what you got.
Bob Roberts says, turn on the microwave.
Oh, can you turn on the microwave again?
I would love to see if you could turn on the microwave with it in there.
If I could, I didn't think I could.
I thought that's what they were asking you to do it.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Sweet. Okay, how long do you think it'll take, guys? There we go. About 5-10 seconds tops. Oh, Clyde asked, what is creepier, head crabs or face huggers? I would say definitely face huggers.
Oh, yeah, and it's not close either. Like, face hugger every day.
Yeah, that's forced oral sex.
I don't know what that means, but they're definitely creepy.
Oh, come on. You don't see it being impregnated through your mouth? Yeah, what else did you call it?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's been whole studies on the whole psychology behind it.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
By whom?
Oh, by people on the interwebs.
By 4chan?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't visit it. But you can check. I'm sure you have an account.
There's a lot of flares. You don't need an account for 4chan. There's a lot of flares.
Oh, well, see, there you go. See, I don't even know that far. See, that just tells me you've been there.
Did he fail? Oh, wow. That one is supposed to throw that barrel at me, but it looked like he muffed it.
Mm-hmm. Linus says, I'd say both head crabs and flood infection forms.
Flood infection forms are scarier to me.
If I remember, one of the things that Yahtzee dinged Halo for as compared to Half-Life was the idea that in tone there was a conflict between trying to do the serious Half-Life style horror with the Flood, and he made it a direct reference to it kind of being like budget head crabs in terms of the flood infection forms. And then the grunts spoke English and were so comic relief that the game didn't have a consistent tone.
Come in, anybody.
I think you can have comic relief.
Oh, I do too. I think he was wrong about that. I mean,
situation here. I repeat, we have a code red emergency situation here. Possible biocontaminations.
Doesn't look like anybody's listening.
Or in conversation, anyway.
I would say head crabs. The idea of something attached to you is mutating your body to be an extension of itself, as it hinted in Half-Life 2, and the host still alive and aware of what's happening. And she says face huggers have the benefit of knocking you out and leaving you with no memory of what happened. So if you're quick enough, you can get the burster out, and all that would be left is a scar. Yeah, but see, nobody ever does that because you don't have a memory of it happening, so you don't know to get the thing removed. And to be honest, to being face raped and then roofied, I don't see that as a benefit.
Blackstar, what are some serious horror movies that have had great comic relief? I don't count Scream, because that is probably the greatest hybrid of all time.
Actually, I
but still.
haven't. I think I may have seen Screen once. I really don't know it. So
It's worth watching. It's wicked funny and scary as butts.
comic relief because
Hold on one
you
second.
have to have it.
I'm
Otherwise,
gonna modify this key binding here.
yeah, you have to have some good moments of levity. Otherwise, you can't have that complete serious tone straight through the whole time. Otherwise, it's like listening to music with one note.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Just bind crouch to caps lock.
Lino says Evil Dead, but I would follow that under camp as opposed to horror. It's more gross as opposed to scary. It's not very foreboding or horrific. It's just disgusting.
I don't know. Evil Dead. That first Evil Dead movie's pretty scary.
Deca says don't even count Event Horizon. The comic relief is forced.
I remember no comic relief in Event Horizon. But I do remember being scared out of my mind.
There was one moment where Fishbird says, "We're leaving." That was kind of funny. Deca says The Thing from 1982.
Oh, The Thing. Okay.
That has some moments. It's like that scene where technically the head crab starts walking away and you hear Null say, "You gotta be fucking kidding." I mean, yeah, that's a great scene. Kaleidos says, I think Evil Dead 2 is better qualifier because that film has more straight up horror. See, that one I haven't seen in a while either.
Yeah, that series started out as being straight up horror and then becomes action comedy, to the point where it's almost full action comedy by the time you
by
get
the third,
to,
I've seen the third more than any of the other ones.
Yes.
So.
Oh, where did my console go? Guys, come on here.
I was going to ask. Kaleidos, she's I was wondering when El Capitan was going to get to use his pop gun. She says, I know you gentlemen have been through a lot, but if you don't mind, I'd rather not spend the rest of this stream tied to this fucking couch.
Yeah.
Great line. And in fact, I still don't know who actually messed with the blood in that scene. I've seen people go through walkthroughs and explanations and frame by frames. In fact, somebody actually did a timeline figuring out who got contaminated when and who actually was real and who wasn't. And they still haven't given me a readily explanation as far as who messed with the blood samples and why. I never quite got that because supposedly.
You mean like somebody did a false positive in the blood test, or
no? The whole reason why they went through the whole petri dish aspect of it, getting blood samples directly and sticking it with a hot needle, was Doc was going to make an experiment using the uncontaminated blood in the laboratory, and someone used the captain's key to open the thing, tamper with the blood, and then close it and lock it again. And the only one that had access to it was him, and there was only one key. But he hadn't been transformed by that time. They proved it when they did the test. So why would he destroy the blood? It still doesn't make any sense. Somebody wanted to destroy that to prevent the experiment from even happening. And all it did was force them to do an impromptu one. So I was just curious, that never quite has been really explained to me. Kaleidos says, did you ever hear about the key theory? No, I have not.
Darn it, I had it working.
I would assume
anyway.
Somebody thinks that there was a duplicate or somebody had one when they thought that they didn't. But supposedly there was only one key on the ring that's on the belt of the guy who was not transformed. So to me, there was no logic of him doing it. Because that's what McCready thought. McCready thought he was the only one that actually could have done it.
Now, I also got stuck here once forever, not being a person who ever played the original game. There just seemed like so much that could be done over here, right? The security door is half open. There's this room which you can get into.
It's another red button.
Yeah, and
Mark push.
And there's nothing like this door.
Can you get through the bottom vent?
That
yeah, that's the
doesn't
button.
do anything.
Nothing. And you can't break through the bottom vent of the door?
You know what's interesting? Unlike Destiny, in Half-Life 2, if you can see it, you can go there, and if you can't see it, you can't go there.
Right.
So, like, if you see a door, that thing is locked, basically. But if you see a door with glass in it, there's a way into there.
Yeah. And see, and then there's this, right? This is the tram track, right? The station's been destroyed. This is, fallen down. That guy just fell off, and there's that over there. So then I'm like, okay, light source, rail. There's a jumping puzzle, right? There's a jumping puzzle here to get over there. Nope. There's a vent way back here.
There's always a vent.
So that should be your algorithm for the rest of the game. Yeah, I get lost. Where's the vent? And
again,
design.
Halo also does that thing, right? Where there's vents to go through, but like only in the first level and the last level, and never anywhere else.
Yep.
But like you can't pass up vents in Half-Life as a thing to use.
Kaleidos says, yeah, the key was on Gary, but here's the thing. Windows got the key from Gary when he left Bennings alone with the thing, and when Windows comes back to see Bennings, he drops the key. Okay, so Windows had it. So somebody must have picked it up with Windows, because also at that time, Windows hadn't been contaminated.
There we go. We just got the iconic weapon.
Yeah, now, in the original, wasn't there a musical cue when you picked up the crowbar, like with the HEV suit? Or did I
was expecting it to glow and the light beam to go into the sky.
I honestly don't remember. But I do remember playing the original and thinking, that is the most realistic looking weapon I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, the crowbar looked great in the original. And when you look back at it now, like Google search Half-Life crowbar, it's not great, but I thought it looked awesome. And the Half-Life 1 pistol also looked really cool.
Oh, yeah, no, you missed the one behind him.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, well. The other cool thing about this game that I seem to remember is you can hold down the mouse button to auto-fire, I think, every gun. Including the crowbar.
Okay, so what was he trying to do? Was he trying to reboot his computer there?
I guess, yeah.
He's on
I don't
full
know.
screen.
Yeah, well, he's got those, like, Slender Man hands, so he just can't do it.
Pressing Alt F4. Oh, Kaleidos says, yeah, something that the thing can mimic complex life forms. Why wouldn't it copy the shape of a key? Well, there was a whole big theme, actually, in the horrible 2011 version remake, where they talk about how it can only replicate biological life, not inanimate objects, which is why it has to rip through the clothes, and it can't replicate those. And they actually mentioned where they were infecting people that had dental work, that what was left behind after they were transformed were their fillings. And I thought that was very clever. So if you found somebody that had perfect teeth, they'd all been replicated genetically, therefore they were actually transformed. Anybody that had fucked up teeth and messed up dental work
what if you're
with lots
like
of fillings was safe.
And you have no fillings.
Well, you're doomed anyway.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm not the fastest guy in town. I'm like number 3. That's when I'd go. I'm also so skeptical. If someone told me there's this thing coming around replicating our dudes and killing them, I just wouldn't buy into it.
Now, can you whack the bells? The fire alarm bells on the walls. I'm just wondering if that's possible.
I don't know. I don't think I ever tried.
Kaleidos says, I'm glad this game didn't overindulge in glorifying the crowbar.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I don't think it should have done that. I was just trying to remember whether or not they had done that.
I'm wondering why there aren't laws against, crowbars and...
35% power.
I like crowbars. Really useful.
I have yet to see someone use it on a crow.
Oh, man. You just ruined my day. I don't know what the crow means in crowbar.
I knew that would fry your brain.
Okay, explosive box. Gotcha.
Yeah, go whack it. Lionel says, yeah, I always thought that the crowbar's teeth, it was because it was broken, and then when I saw it in Half-Life 2, so I was used to it, so used to it from Half-Life 1.
I gotta close a window over here. Hold on.
No, crowbars is supposed to have that little notch in there that's for prying up nails and things. Bloodless says, "Oi hoy!" Hey, Bloodless, thanks for joining.
Now, at least Black Mesa aren't anti-vaxxers. That's good.
Was that a concern?
Alright, there's no vent behind there. I don't wanna... Okay, see, I can't pick it up. I could smash it, but that's a bad idea, so I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, Kaleidos says, I just checked. The crowbar was not given a musical chime when acquired.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's probably just playing in your head.
You can see the gas plume here, so like if you had blown any of these things up, you know, this
that would go
be
up.
A very bad thing in here.
Well, yeah, don't spark anything. That would be awful.
I'm muted. Oh no, there we go. Do you guys want to know about the crowbar word history?
Deca says, according to Google, the accepted etymology identifies the first component of the word crowbar with the bird named crow, perhaps due to the crowbar's resemblance to the feet or beak of the crow. Excuse me, feet or the beak. So
that sounds plausible, because if you guys recall in Romeo and Juliet, they asked for an iron crow to get a guy out of jail. Wasn't it?
Well, one could argue that it looks kind of like a snake or a cobra, so why don't they call it a snake bar?
I called a swan neck or something.
Yeah, swans aren't jerks.
But anyway, they do a while ago, a commenter brought up, I don't know who, brought up something interesting. In the first version of the game, the crowbar did not have the like pig's foot part, you know, the two thingies on the end. It was pretty straight, and I also thought that's what all crowbars look like, because you can find some that don't have that. Oh geez, you can find some that don't have
the
that
nail
in there.
split.
Yeah. So I thought that all of the other crowbars were all strange because of that.
Kaleidos says, well, I personally prefer Crow T Robot myself. Hey, who doesn't?
By the way, how strong is Gordon Freeman? He can just pick up some guy's torso like that.
I love how he picks it up with the power of his mind.
That's true. That's true too. No hands.
Right.
Now
just suspended in space 3 feet in front of him.
Judging by the angle of the flashlight is coming out of his pants.
Mm-hmm. No, wait. Actually, Dark, go back for a second.
Oh, here's the barrel.
What
they're all gone.
What do you call those things suspended from the ceiling with the tongues?
These are barnacles.
Barnacles, okay.
That's right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but do these barnacles not look exactly like the things from, oh, so now I'm pulling a blank. You know the, my favorite game?
Ah.
Out of this world?
Barbie Horse Adventure?
Yes. No. I don't like what they've done to Barbie. There's too many mods. But yeah, no, the barnacles, I swear. These things are exactly like, because there's Out of This World or Another World, depending on who you talk to. I always forget which is which.
D-Man sighting. Upright.
He was there for a second.
Oh, you missed him.
Right. So far what we've seen, zombies and head crabs. And head crabs are just, zombies are just humans with a head crab on them. And then we've seen these guys, barnacles.
I hate heels in. So let me guess. NPC ally with gun dies, you receive a crowbar.
You can keep your gunned ally alive for quite a long time.
Okay. And that's a hound eye. And they like do a sonic attack that actually like causes screen shake, stuff like that. I thought it was interesting. Recharge.
Oh, I think we've
any of those
downgraded into the bad joke portion of the stream.
Oh, really? Where?
Well, there's a couple in here. I'm skipping them all right now. Lionel started it out. He goes, "Yeah, what do you call a pub in Hawaii?" It says I'll let you figure that one out.
Oh! Thank you. So also notice, like, for this section, like, no ambient music. Like it's really noticeable in
I
Halo.
thought you had it off.
No, there's just no music for this section. There's lots of sections that don't have music. Like when Halo's music stops for the game to be quiet, like it means a lot because it usually doesn't do that. But there's lots of Half-Life where it's just like, no, it's ambient sound. It's kind of like the difference between like Marathon 1 and Marathon 2.
Wait, I'm hearing standard computer sound effects.
Yes, and I remember hearing those as far back as the original Unreal.
I was gonna ask. That's also a standard alert noise.
Yep.
Well, here is what I presume to be the namesake of Valve.
I know where you can find some more.
Which could be way wrong. The fact that in Half-Life,
take me with
you have to spin those thingies all the time, constantly.
What I want to know is why is it you don't actually use a crowbar on crates like you would use a crowbar on crates?
Yeah, the only thing
What do
you
you
use
mean,
a
like you
crowbar
smack
with
it
crates
with?
in the game is to smash them.
No. It's called a pry bar for a reason. You use it to pry things, and when opening a crate, you're prying the nails up to open it up, not beat it senseless until it cracks like an egg.
Oh,
So,
well, all right. Look, this isn't Red Dead Redemption
That's how
2.
crates work.
I mean, come on.
Okay, so Funk, what do you call a pub in Hawaii?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you got to find out. You're a bad joke
Yeah,
expert.
I did not figure that one out.
I can't figure it out either.
Oh, safe haven.
Collider says it's called a klaxon, Black Star, or as Mike Nelson calls it, they stole the Enterprise red alert thingy.
Over there's the
Well, you know, a klaxon is a like we talked about this before.
Yeah,
That
but
is
it's
a
not continuous. It's just a buzz. It just
protected
happened once.
trademark. Or
Oh,
like
is it?
klaxon brands make klaxon noises. Yeah, you're calling it a Xerox, basically.
Actually, there was a big deal about somebody using Kevlar in a description for some product lines for phone cases, and it turns out he opened himself up to a massive lawsuit because Kevlar is a copyrighted product, not a substance. So, yeah.
Good.
So,
Good. I, for one, welcome our future boring dystopia frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah, I think it's owned by DuPont. So, yeah, they were like, oh, man, fire up the lawyers.
I love DuPont. The more I hear about those guys, the better I like them.
Oh, Cyborg has a joke here. It says, it's Leah Crowbar. That's bad.
Oh, I get it.
I hope she's not
All
here.
right, I read that, and I didn't get it.
No,
and then
really?
I got it. And
No,
then
I was
got it
waiting.
later.
I was waiting.
God. Wow.
Yeah.
Give him an award. We get him an award for the worst best joke.
Okay, Bloodlust has one. He says, what's the difference between, what is it? What is it? Echidna and police car? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Echidna?
Yeah, is it echidna?
An echidna.
How
and
far
a
back is it in the
police-
chat? I'm trying to read.
20 lines.
What's the difference between an echidna and a police car? So an echidna,
I don't know,
is a monotreme, which is one of the mammals that gives live birth. Probably related to that. Or it's about Knuckles from Sonic.
Bloodlust also suggests you hit all scientists with the crowbar. They caused this.
Well, you're not wrong.
The flying anteater guy. Police car and an echidna. All right, I don't know. What is the difference between a police car and an echidna?
Yeah, Cyborg says echidna, you know, like Knuckles, the flying anteater guy.
Oh, got it. Okay, so I can't pick up a flaming barrel, but you can. That's not fair.
That's not fair. But I think a lot of the first part of this game involves you blasting people with exploding barrels.
I love the fact that you have the amount of bullets that you have, and that's it. So you can't go running around like Rambo without a jockstrap blowing things away. Wait, aren't these guys supposed to be our friends? I'm confused.
Well, that was from Half-Life 2. They're bad
Not until
guys in
Half-Life
this
2.
game.
Oh, okay.
They're like Terminator.
Bloodlust says, yeah, the echidna is a little spiky animal. Come on, guys. I haven't seen an echidna ever.
Yeah, I think I've only heard of that once.
We have ground squirrels. It's alright, we got birds, we got ground squirrels,
don't know
cats.
about echidnas?
There's a fox. No. Should I have?
Oh, echidnas are actually
This
really
is a neat
good
little sequence.
pedantic tool.
That basically is just there to let you know that this tunnel exists, right? Because this, like this guy
Right.
obviously just went that way.
Gordon, is that you? Is it safe? Ah!
He's from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Cyber says, also echidnas and platypus are the only animals that lay eggs instead of incubate them within a womb.
All right, well, this guy's facing his own issues, so I guess he's not coming with us. Oh, that seems like a long drop.
Cyber says, more of a sewer pipe than a tunnel. Ow, yeah. Why did you not grab the ladder?
I don't know.
Is it just me, or does the depth of field on that seem a little off? You seem to be able to hit things way at a further distance.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm doing that basically just to save ammo.
All right. No, I didn't know if it was a flaw in the game or the new engine or whatever. It's like you just seem to be able to reach like a yard further than visually
Yes.
it looks like you should be able to.
Just gonna throw that. Yep.
Barrel.
Minor lacerations detected.
Kaleida says, that's the tutorial part that teaches the player about fall damage. Deca says, yeah, half the ladder was on the floor. Well, that means that half of it was still able to be climbed. Cyberx says, I always hated how the barnacles in the Steam version got rid of the non-bone gibs like the shareware mod version had. I wanted them to add them back.
Yeah, it looks like it's mostly skulls and eyeballs.
Yeah. Was that a technical choice, or was it an aesthetic fix that they wanted to do?
That one had a couple spines in it.
There you go. Maybe, is it randomly generated? Maybe that's
It looks like it might be.
Just a little further.
Actually, this might be the wrong one. Oh, no, it is. It's the right one.
Phil says, big mistake was to not let the player use the barnacles as grappling hooks, like that one Half-Life expansion.
Oh, which one does that?
Is that that's the climbing mod, isn't it?
Yeah. Phil says, oh god, that water looks so dirty.
It's basically it's like someone realized he really liked the platforming elements of the video game and made a platforming game.
Which is weird because first-person platforming. Are you serious?
I love it.
You would. Oh, Heel says, yeah, does that NPC have the same stock death cry of, ah, ah?
Oh, Lionel says the barnacle weapon was an opposing force, which I don't remember at all. I played that in high school, so that was like 2004. I still don't remember it.
I might have played that one. I don't remember. I do remember playing Blue Shift. I don't know that I remember.
I haven't played any of them.
All right. Well, I think does this work now, or I have
Goes
to power
down.
it? But the the obvious thing here is this grate.
And the vent.
All I know is you don't want to go down that elevator because that's where the drones are.
Yeah.
Clytus says, Turok the Dinosaur Hunter had wonderful platforming.
First-person platforming is just not good. Just, even when it's the least bad it can be.
I disagree. I think the best part of Halo 2 and Destiny is jumping around platform.
Well, you liked the Taken King the most, wasn't it?
No, I actually hated the Taken King because it's too hard. But but
you love the platforming in it.
Puzzles in the raid for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, but first of all, you can use a sword and be third person, so that solves a lot of your issues. Plus, Destiny is this magical double jumping space magic floaty nonsense thing where it's like it's not this. It's not this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then also Lino brings up the point that it's more immersive, and I consider it easier. Like I've had a more difficult time going through the jumping puzzles in third person. And also, do you guys play Mirror's Edge? That game is fantastic.
I have not. I think I played the demo.
I've seen it.
Both games, absolutely some of the best games I've ever played.
Zaldera, yeah, he says Opposing Force was fun. You know, I wonder if they'll ever remake that and Blue Shift. Has anybody talked about remaking the Mons?
Well, yeah, I'm really excited to see those come out in 15 years.
I mean, considering how long this one's taking.
I seem to recall seeing this thing on ModDB in 2006 where they had just like retextured a box, and like that was the teaser and everyone was really excited. So this thing's been around for a long time. If they were to do Blue Shift, it would take forever.
Kalidas' Dark Forces had platforming, and it made that game. In fact, isn't there some weird 3D stuff in the latest Jedi game that just came out? Was it Jedi Last Order, Lost Order?
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Pizza
stole
order.
it from the internet, so I haven't tried it yet. I figure, look, you know how much money
Kalidas' Mirror's Edge is morally confusing.
Is it?
Well, yeah, I guess there was some whole big ambiguousness about the evil corporation people and whatever else you were supposedly trying to subvert and the freedom fighters against them or whatever. The lore, I guess, was kind of goofy.
I thought that was a bit I could go into, but I can't.
The game was highly anti-capitalist, but there's no like... oh, boy.
You don't say.
Fallen Order. Yeah, Kalidas says, yeah, that's Fallen Order is what it's called. And I guess that's doing reasonably well. I mean, even Escapist actually was talking about it, and they said it was fairly decent and recommended.
I've fallen and I can't get up, Jedi Order.
Well, supposedly they're usurping a bunch of working elements from other titles and just kind of hodgepodging them together. But since all the elements that the ingredients work, it works. So...
The thing I've seen multiple people mention about the new game is that it's weird to be playing a light side of the Force Jedi who refills his Force bar by killing enemies.
Oh, indiscriminately, too. There's like no chance of anyone getting away. It's like, if you're on my way, you're friggin' dead. So yeah, that whole... What side are we on again? Yeah, they haven't quite explained it. And Cyborg notes that Fallen Order is third person, and they have a lot of vertical and horizontal platforming too, which is kind of neat. But very reminiscent to a lot of the craziness that
I also haven't played any of the new Destiny content where they bring back Saint 14, and they've got a weird thing going on in his character too, where they're like, oh man, he's a lawful good character, he just wants to help people, and then I watch an interactive cutscene and basically he's like, fallen are monsters, dregs eat babies, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, dude. I mean...
Hey, come on, you've been walking on the moon and all you see are skulls, so yeah, obviously somebody's getting eaten.
Yeah, fair enough, but like they've been building some nuance into the Fallen storyline where it's basically like, yeah, it's not so much they hate us, but like we kind of stole their god because it ran away when the darkness came, and the only difference between them and us is that somehow we managed to stop it from getting away.
And I'm sorry, they completely took our entire planet, and that's fair?
No, but I'm saying, but like...
Okay.
my theory about the whole Destiny thing basically is that the Traveler is fleeing the darkness. It goes and finds life forms. It then builds them up to defend it, and when the darkness come, abandons them to it.
Yeah, and I think if you go up to the Fallen Caves and translate some of the dialogue, I'm sure it says, welcome to Earth, 8 billion humans served.
Yeah. So like, Saint 14 is all like, I'm all about helping and everything, but he's also about not so much the darkness, but like, fall and eat babies. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, well, also he's very Russian, too. So, yeah, there's a lot of that. I mean, really, really Russian. Lino says, yeah, for the fallen crabs. It's raining, man. Hallelujah, it's raining head crabs. Now, is the water looking a lot better than it used to? Or?
The water looks good, although here it's really weird. Like, the reflection here is such that it actually looks like I'm kind of looking underwater. Like, that's a deeper pool than it really is.
Cyberg says, I recommend Downward, Dead Core, and Hot Lava. Dying Light 2 has a platformer and is co-op. Now, would you consider, like, Portal a platformer?
Yeah. I mean, it
has platform elements, but it's more of a puzzle game.
Given that combat is... Well, but puzzle
that's first person, though.
Puzzle platform is a valid genre. I think I would put Portal in there.
All right, but that one works. In fact, that's what it is. I mean, it's pretty much
true, but
kind of core
but again,
thing.
most of what you do is not first-person jumping, right? Most of that is the use of the portals.
Right, but you're jumping through portals, so... Not to mention having to stick the landing. Phil says, yeah, apparently Rasputin attacked the Traveler to keep it from leaving.
Yeah, no!
So that's on us. Oh, God. No. Oh, first death.
Yeah.
Where's the death counter?
Casualty.
Fatality.
There you go, heals, just for you. Bloodless says, knock, knock.
Yeah,
Funk, that's for you.
I'm going to save before I try to make this jump.
Oh, who's there?
Oh, see, now I lost the line. It goes, Felix.
Felix who?
Feel exhausted. Let me in.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was from Bloodlust. Oh, here we go again. Oh, that's two. That's two down.
I don't remember this part in the original game.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to remember. Am I trying to waste my time doing a jump I can't do, or am I just?
Do you need more momentum, or are you doing the crouch jump thing?
Try and run and jump. Have you tried running?
Try spinning. That's a good trick.
Okay, all right. There we go.
That's so wizard, Annie.
Because momentum is a thing in this, right?
I don't know. Could you imagine being in a building with air vents this big?
Oh, please. I mean... Most air vents are like 18 inches across. You could barely get a child through.
Compared to Halo, I always thought there's been something weird about the apparent size of apertures in the Source engine. Vents, grates, doors, have always seemed to me to be slightly off in some way.
Deca suggests to go back to the med station and look around again.
Oh,
I don't know how far away that is.
Too late now.
Too late now.
I'm in a tunnel.
Oh, not another one.
That was literally just to get across.
Yeah, see, that's not how boxes work.
Power 30%.
But these are 90s boxes made in America by socialists. They just fall apart.
What? I'm sorry, what? None of that statement made any sense whatsoever.
I feel like in the 90s, box factories weren't any good. I remember this room.
Yep.
This room from the beginning. Holy crap.
Now, yeah, I think it's easier to take this guy out from across this side as long as I don't let him hit me.
Zaldera asks, yeah, does anyone think the Myth 2 casualty announcer was far too excited? He was probably just happy to be there.
I have no memory.
He says, and then there's the Board Myth 1 casualty announcer.
Alright, so I'm trying to remember how this game worked in this thing. Did you have to jump on boxes to get across?
Well, we don't have any boxes now. We got the ones we broke.
I want to say that Half-Life 2 and... Or sorry, Half-Life 2. Half-Life and Halo did really well with the ladders, in my opinion. I always felt I had complete control of myself on a ladder, and I didn't have to press a button.
Was that a zipper sound effect there?
Yeah, the barnacles, when they grab onto something, kind of make a sound that sounds a little bit like a zipper.
Sounds like a zipper?
Is there a way around here, or do I just...
You just jump in the water, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Right.
You have no
I
idea
think,
what's in there.
we do have to do that.
65%.
Now, this is... If you guys buy Half-Life 2 on Steam, it comes with a version of Half-Life, the first game, called Half-Life Source. And this mod was originally called Black Mesa Source. But anyway, if you play Half-Life Source, this is the first time you really see a huge problem with importing Half-Life into the Source engine and why this mod had to be made. So it's all Half-Life, looks very 1998, blocky, no textures, and then the water in this canal is very 2005, really good looking, because that water is all just Source engine effect. And then when they saw that, the mod makers decided, oh man, Half-Life has so much potential being remade in the Source engine, we should just do it. We should do it the right way.
Yeah, Kaleidos says, yeah, that's a zipper stretching balloon sound that they use for the barnacles. Bloodless says, you're in a pitch black room, and from behind you, you hear the zipper coming undone. Yeah, see, that's why I couldn't tell if that was in-game or whether that was funk.
Joke's on you, I don't have zippers.
I hate heels. He goes, yeah, zipper stretching, like what it happens when you get strangled by Lisa, Funkmon?
I don't know what that means. I don't get it.
Lisa's the ghost in PT.
No, I know what that part means. Oh, okay. Why is she stretching my zipper?
You figure it out. Oh, speaking of zippers, you guys see the latest Ghostbusters trailer?
I saw about 40 seconds of it and then decided I'm going to just not even bother with the franchise anymore.
I think I kind of made the same decision.
Really? I loved it. I thought it was great.
Okay, good. maybe I'll look. Oh, it's the box jumping.
Yes, the box jumping puzzle.
I remember this one too.
Yep. This one is loads of fun.
Wow, I think
always thought it was. Yep.
I think Bungie totally was ripping this off for several levels in Destiny 2.
This was so cool, by the way, in the first game.
Right, no human being would stack boxes like this.
I just thought it was so cool the first time I played. And I was frustrated. Yep. I will admit, I was frustrated. I was no good at jumping.
Yep. And here again, I got confused about targets, right? It's like, where would you think you have to go? And I was like, well, there's lights, right? This is where I came from, right? I came up over there. But that looks like a door. It's lit. That looks like a door that's lit. That looks like a door that's lit. You know, any one of those might be a place to try and get to. Nope. It's none of those.
Oh, Kaleidos says, listen, that was the best music in the game. Yeah, we didn't want to get a copyright strike. That's why we're talking over it. And now it's gone.
I don't remember having a button to this room.
I think most of the problem I had with this room was trying to get somewhere that's not actually possible to do.
Cyborg says, okay, extreme hopscotch. Yeah, but then the boxes have to be
And
numbered.
if I remember correctly, for me at least, the toughest jump is this one. So I'm going to say.
Oh, you're going to save? I was going to ask you if you were going to save scum this.
Just run.
Zaldera says, I hated this section. Oh, geez.
Exactly.
You get that pit in your stomach feeling like you're falling when you watch stuff like that sometimes?
Lida says the music is called Ambience 1 or Ambiance 1.
Ambiance.
Or Ambiance 1.
It's not in the soundtrack release. Mm-hmm.
This game does not deserve to have a soundtrack.
Back up the
Wow. This is going to be a fun room, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we start our bets now?
We should have 2 death counters. 1 by combat, 1 by falling.
I don't think we want to get that crazy nuts.
Okay.
There we go. Practice makes perfect. Now, how many saves can you make?
Oh, I mean, it's a PC game. It's
infinite.
arbitrary. Just have as many as you want. I mean,
thank God.
You know, we say that, but on a Bethesda game, if you have more than like 30, it ruins the game.
Well, see, that's just it. So I wasn't sure if there was a limit or.
Can't you have like 100 in Skyrim or something? I could just want to add a lot of.
I mean,
Skyrim
yeah,
saves.
you can have it, but it starts killing your load time. So, for example, if you were to delete 75 of your Skyrim saves, your load times would increase by like 400%.
Even on console?
On console and PC, yeah.
Do you know that 68% of all statistics are made up? It's true.
Communication.
I did not make that up.
What's black and white and should be red all over? This barrel. I'm not sure what they're saying there. Whoop.
Kaleida says death by incompetence, death by combat. Now, what things are those things? These sonic doggies
These are called hound eyes.
Hound eyes, okay. Yeah. Should they be hound
like
ears?
The whole front of his face is eyes, see?
Right. But he attacks you with a sound wave or something, right?
Yes.
That make you no sense. That's not how eyes work.
He can't attack you with a visual attack. It would blind him.
Well, that's just it, you know? I mean, unless he was like...
The fact that he attacks you sonically, he's probably deaf.
Well, that's just it. You know, if he has, like, laser beams, like Superman or something. Oh, Bloodless says you can unscrew a light bulb. Have we tried to do that in the game?
Really?
Supposedly. Use your force.
That's a punchline to an inappropriate joke.
Oh, all right.
Use your force powers. Well, that's why I just kept the punchline, not the whole thing.
Automatic medical systems engaged. Morphine administered.
Kaleida says some lizards shoot blood out of their eyes to startle predators. Yeah, that would startle me.
I also do that.
You squirt blood out of every orifice, not just your eyes.
I believe I only squirt blood out of one orifice on the regular.
You okay, game? Okay, I think the way forward in this one is down.
Oh, Cyborg says the hound eyes have a beak-like mouth underneath, but it's usually hidden, you know, so when they die, they cover it with their bodies. Interesting. Deca says, Blackstar, you should subtract 1 death. It was just a reload. Shall we take 1 death off? Well, wait a minute. Would that make it
no,
3?
All reload from save is death.
Is it?
Yeah, no. I think the count is okay the way it is.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wasn't going to touch it. I was just going to ask.
Now, see here, I've kind of I've been trying to explore every chance I can get to, grab stuff, and now I've lost track of what is potentially the way forward or not. And there's no waypoint to tell you. It's just like, no, you just got to learn the environment one way or another.
Now, can you do anything with the toxic waste barrels?
Well, those ones explode. These ones with the fire on it. So like that's how I killed the big guy that was here. That's how I killed him. I killed him by shooting them.
But if you throw one of those toxic waste barrels into a
actually, yeah, I think if I throw one into a barnacle, I think it blows up when it gets to the top.
Well, yeah. See, I was wondering if these were going to be required for solving a puzzle or something.
I don't know if he blows it up at the top though. Or, well, you know what? You could do it yourself. There you go.
Oh, that sounds right. Oh my God, Alexa's talking to me. Apparently there's a ladder that skips the crate canals.
Really?
Which I didn't know about.
Okay, so this is how I got it. I jumped in the water. I came over here. I did this. I went this way. I missed the elevator out.
Oh, Cyberg says, yeah, you need to set the barrels on fire as the barnacles carry it, but you need to time it right. Oh, Kaleidos says, yeah, speaking of fan-remade games, have you guys stumbled across Marathon Resurrection?
We're aware of it. We have not tried to play it yet.
I think it's on the list. Whoa, what the?
I think there was an explodable barrel there.
Wow.
Yeah. See the box.
That was unexpected. Yeah, Cyberg says that ladder's only open to you when you go through the crate area once. So I think we already did that.
Bye. Things continue to not go well for people.
Oh, I was going to ask, yeah, did we miss a guy getting eaten? Because
he got pulled up to the ceiling.
Oh, I remember this hallway.
But there's two things going on here. There's head crabs getting electrocuted, and there's guys over here. So you know you got you have to make up your mind.
I think they're both important because the it doesn't matter. But you do get to go hang out with those guys. Yeah, go in the hole.
Yeah.
Is it weird that I'm waiting for a xenomorph to come out?
There's also two ways to go here.
If you go to the right, you go to those guys.
Beloved says, one of my guilty pleasures is watching the Nigerian Parliament.
Okay.
It's better
I think
than
that's
WWE.
a drop. I can't climb back up, so I think you're supposed to do one of these first.
You can.
You can. I can?
You're fine. Yeah. Because you can open the door from the other way, believe it or not.
How are you able to turn around so quickly?
It irritates the hell out of me. You get in here, and then the door's been locked, but you just open it up. It's fine. Gordon Freeman has the longest arms known to man.
I know, that's what doesn't make any sense to me. Not to mention the fact that I'd be curious if you could beat it to death with its own skull.
Oh, Gordon.
Say hi to the chair guy.
You, I would have let you in. Everybody's heading for the surface, but I think they're crazy. If we stay put, someone is bound to come and rescue us. Right?
And you're basing this on what exactly?
Common faith in the state.
Uh-huh. And where is your sustainable food and water source to keep you alive around all these nasty creatures?
Just eat the creatures.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now you turn off the electricity.
What if you had an eye emergency? Keep emergency stations free of hazard. Just because you can climb on it doesn't make it a ladder.
Any constellation, Black Star, it bugs me when you're interrupted by everyone else. Yeah, tell me about it. Zeldara says, I don't know about Marathon Resurrection, but I did play a bit of the Marathon 1 Redux for Aleph 1.
What's that? The Marathon Resurrection is them doing an Unreal Tournament, right?
I don't know what engine they're using.
Didn't really seem like there was that much water on the floor, but okay.
Well, it's flooded.
This is one that irritated me for a long time because you can break that window.
Well, that's supposed to be like safety glass or something. It crumbles.
That blew like 20 minutes of my life the first time I played it. I was so mad. when I was a kid. They turned the game off.
Head crab baseball.
Bloodless says Canadians use sorry so much that a law passed in 2009 declaring that an apology can't be used as evidence of admission to guilt.
Canadians don't say sorry, they say sorry. Sorry. They also say process, which irritates me. And they say serviette and not napkin. Going to Canada, I don't know how much time you guys spend in Canada, but it's like parallel universe America. It's basically the same, but every now and then, it's just, you know, they say sorry wrong. I don't like it.
Hey, over here! I need your help. One of these little buggers latched onto my butt.
I know, this room confused me.
We gotta get that thing off before... Hey, good news. Help just arrived. Wait, hey! What the hell?
Save him!
Off me.
Okay, this is clearly a
Save
definition
him,
of help that I haven't previously been aware of.
I owe you one. Here, let me get this open.
Alright, now open the door.
I got some supplies in the back.
If he dies, you have to go through a huge...
Let's see.
Oh yeah, to get into this. But
Oh my God.
we're also at normal difficulty, and I think that's optional. So, what?
Guy catch a break?
What hurt you? You just made a noise like you hurt. I didn't do anything.
This guy's got it all set up here. Comic books, pop.
Ramblers.
Now see, the way you say pop as opposed to soda, that's how I feel. Ooh, finally some heavy artillery.
There you go, got the revolver.
Not a lot of rounds though.
No, I mean, like I said, I'm on low difficulty. I'm probably
Can you kill guys for ammo? I can't remember if that's a thing in this game
you
or
can
not.
kill these guys, but they don't drop ammo.
Oh, see, that's okay.
Like ammo is placed in containers that you get out of boxes and gun racks and stuff like that, and that's where you get that from.
Oh, Kaleida agrees with me. She says, I hate calling soda, quote, pop.
Wow. How does it feel to be so wrong?
Oh, she's not wrong. She is so not wrong.
Okay, so oh, alright, see, that's kind of weird. I forgot that about it. So, like, one is your crowbar, and then the second slot is one of your two pistols, either the automatic or the revolver.
Right.
Now, the revolver packed more of a punch, so you want to use that against heavier guys, right?
Yeah, but the Vortigons aren't that heavy. There's bigger stuff. Frankly.
That was one of the things that actually really made Halo work. One of the things that people didn't like about console first-person shooters was the fact you have all these guns, and there's no good way to control the guns. But Halo, only giving you two guns...
Yeah, man,
really
switching
was
always easy.
Yeah, Cyborg says I prefer to call soda too. According to Jellybean, the Scots are like us are meant to call soda juice. It's the same in Japan. Yeah, the juice thing really I thought was weird. It's like, how do you discern against other actual juices like cranberry, grape, apple, what have you?
I honestly think they don't use the word juice for that. Like in Japanese, juice is a borrowed word that's only meant for certain kinds
soft
of drinks.
drinks.
And
yeah,
and I don't think they call juice that.
I hope not.
Where am I going here?
I don't remember. I don't remember this room.
I do remember her mentioning
I mean,
something
I do
to that
remember
effect.
this room, but I don't remember the exit for this room. I think you have to climb on some stuff and then get an event.
Isn't that the short definition of this game?
Yeah, it really is. Or there's a secret ladder.
Kaleidos says this trapped me for about an hour. So,
okay, get on some of them pipes.
Hey now.
None of these doors work.
Now, this isn't like a mechanics puzzle where you need to stack up certain items and whatnot to gain access for things.
How did I get out of this room? Go to the right.
Nope.
All these doors are locked.
Yeah, I know. I just want to backtrack. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
So can you get your juice pop out of those vendors?
There's an electric. There's a floor is lava electric room somewhere.
Yeah, I think so too. There's also a hound eye in there.
And by the way, these blinds prevent you from going in there. WTF?
Yeah, that's silly. I mean, yes, that's silly. Like the glass is broken, but the blinds are made out of unobtainium.
Okay, there's a vent. Okay, if you look back in that room, there's a vent that goes from the roof or from the ceiling to a ladder. We got to get to that vent and then pop on the ladder. I remember doing that. And we got to figure out where the vent is. Oh no, it's got impassable blinds.
Yeah, okay. So I think we're not missing anything from here.
Oh, did you go the right way through the vent?
Yeah, we went one way and then we came back the other. That's how we got here. That's how we got over here. You go over there and you turn the power off.
Okay, go back in the wall hole.
Why? The wall just goes that way and then this way.
God damn it. Go back in the wall hole. I'm gonna look so foolish in a minute. Alright, now turn left.
Yeah. Oh, this doesn't this... Oh, this drops into a locked room, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's what it is. This drops into a locked room.
Or
it just goes into a pipe.
Does it. Oh, jeez. Oh, this pipe is a dead end too, I remember.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's suit energy or something?
Yeah. Alright, so this wall hole's not correct. Alright, so we have to find the flooded office. The office where the floor is lava, except it's not, it's like electric water. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah, this is a dead end. It was literally just to get me that power up. And I think, yeah, these other ones I can't break. Ah, it's this one.
Yeah, that's the
this window
office.
doesn't have blinds.
Yeah, you just climb on the desks.
Ah.
You can jump onto the shelf, but it doesn't work.
Cybrick says, yeah, do you guys see the sign of the lounge that says work harder, not smarter?
Yeah, there was also it was also mentioned in the recording on the tram.
Yeah, couldn't have disagreed with that more. Kaleidos says, oh, has anyone mentioned that the original Half-Life game had the skulls of the head crab victims visible under their skin?
I do not remember that.
That'd be neat.
It's Schrodinger's cat. Or Schrodinger's cat, I guess if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Nah, do Schrodinger.
No. It is a rounded valve.
Bob Robertson said, GPS, the government knows where you are all the time. Oh, these guys are breeding like rabbits. I hate heels. This is work harder, not smarter. Screw your back. Bloodless says, there will be no hiding. Just so you know. I never quite understood why the doors in the filing cabinets beep at you. Because there's the beep acknowledge of the control, and there's the door sound when you open it. Why couldn't you just have the door sound?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like it's got a double indicator. It somewhat breaks immersion.
Oh, wait, that's back to the game. Feels like that should open. Oh wait, this ladder.
Well, it did open technically. If by help you mean more bullets, then yes. Yeah, I can tell that gun's not very discerning.
I don't know, it's sensitive to fairly small size objects.
No, I mean discerning is target acquisition.
Yeah.
It shot him just as easily as the head crabs, because it's apparently only triggered by motion.
You guys think it's weird that there are motion-triggered guns in a scientific facility?
Oh, you mean do I find it weird? Yes. Do I find it odd for this game? No.
Well, I mean, I think at some point it's going to be deemed to be plot appropriate.
Heels is asking for a fatality. Yeah, but that's not with us. We can't do that every time something dies. That's all you'd hear all game.
Yeah, stuff dies way too often, I mean.
Oh,
Okay,
Bob Robertson asked,
now
will the
we're out.
crowbar smash open vehicles? Or, excuse me, the vending machines?
Maybe
I'm
it
curious
can?
if it'll smash open vehicles, though.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
why is
valve I
it
can't.
beeping?
It's a valve I can't turn.
Wow.
Literally unplayable.
That's wrong. Now, wait a minute. Shouldn't you be able to use that crowbar as an extender to rotate that valve more easily?
You can shoot those guns and use a barrel to block the bullets.
I'll have to grab one of those. Linus says, yeah, in Half-Life 1, you could see the skulls of the scientists through the head crabs or zombies, as someone said above. The skull seen through head crabs was like that scene in that comedy about testicular cancer, where somebody has a nightmare about being chased by a giant testicle, like Rover and the Prisoner.
Right here for you.
Okay, that's a new one on me.
Let's do this before I lose my nerve.
And your head. That gun's gonna shoot it off. Yeah, I'm curious if you can open up the vending machines too.
Watch your head, Doc. Good shot. Okay, these things are...
Now, if you get one on your head, do you beat yourself in the skull with your own crowbar?
No, I think it's just a game over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you had a chance
I was
like
waiting to see if we let it happen long enough, whether that one would animate that corpse.
I'm just wondering if it's like a quick time event where you could just like whack yourself in the skull with it.
Are we lost?
Who's we?
Define lost. Now, how far underground are we?
Pretty far at this point, I think.
My bad, Freeman.
Oh, Cyberx says, don't miss the Breen notice board. Is there a notice board?
Oh, is there a notice board that mentions Breen here?
Hmm.
I don't know. This stuff all seems too low res.
To read. Check the office. Maybe it was in the office.
Let me get out of your way.
Maybe we can pick up and throw the water cooler. Cyborg says, yeah, it's in a glassed-in office by the cubicles. So, where are the cubicles?
Yeah, we can't get through that, so that's where we're going.
Kaleida says, you can't define Lost. The last season left a bad taste. Yeah, I would totally agree.
Oh, shit. Not good.
I got you!
Wow, the only thing missing there was the Lucasfilm burp sound effect.
Power 60%.
Bob Robertson says, the crowbar mechanic reminds me of Minecraft hacking and whacking. But technically this came first, right? I forget the timing of that.
Stick around.
So wouldn't it be that Minecraft just usurped this?
I believe the song Butcher Pete came first, where you're hacking, whacking, and slashing and chopping that meat.
Yeah, but with what? Does it mention a crowbar?
It does not say explicitly in the song. But I think we can all infer that it was a crowbar.
What? Come on! Reloading. Oh.
Wow, he has a funny way of reloading. It seems to involve the two-step. Yeah, Cyber says, yeah, the green board, brain board is in the area with the cubicles. Oh, Kaleida says the note regarding the Breen doesn't come until you're outside near the canyons.
Let me get out of your way.
So maybe it's a triggering thing? Oh, Kaleida says, yeah, giant frogs and Indian natives make that burp sound effect. Speaking of, do you ever see that video that takes those effects from Indiana Jones movies and uses them as musical notes? I think that's from a sound pack that they've used in not only Lucas's stuff, but a few Spielberg movies as well.
I mean the rush you.
But no, I haven't seen the video and the musical notes, though.
That would look nice in my trophy room.
Ooh, sick, dude.
Just once I'd like to meet an alien menace that wasn't immune to bullets. Cyborg says that, yeah, the Breen board is to the right of where you enter the cubicle area in an office.
Good shot, Doc.
Zeldaris, what do those monitors ever do to you? I don't know. Narc is a completionist thing when it comes to smashing stuff. It's like death to CRTs. Surprised it doesn't go out to the Xerox machine next.
Sorry, Freeman.
Death to blue screen of death. I love how Cyborg in the chat says, it's to the right. You passed it. You've turned right, left so many times. I don't think there's any way for us to discern.
I'm literally just going to explore every space I can find.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully I'll find it eventually, though I think I've been into each one of these ones now.
He says you passed it. It's right there. So, yeah. So, think 20 seconds ago. Where were you?
I don't know.
It was a battery.
By the way,
Power
I forgot what I was going to say. Darn.
5.
Oh, Ares 540 is in the chat. Hi, Ares. He says, hey, guys. Glad to see you finally finished Dead Space. Yeah, that did take one episode longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, I was hoping that we'd would have finished it off that one time, but
I'm guessing it was the difficulty.
Oh, well, I remember. I remember what I was going to say.
What?
You guys remember that video that was passed around the internet in the early 2000s with that guy in the cubicle who was just so mad at his computer he starts smashing the keyboard and then takes the keyboard and then
oh yeah, completely demolishes everything. Yes. Yeah.
That's nerd.
Sorry, Doc.
Back in the office you were just in.
He says the board is around the corner from the windows. Is it a whiteboard we're looking for, or is it one of the thumbtack boards?
Man, how cool is this?
He says you were burning hot, but you're colder now. He says, okay, a cork board. All right, so we're looking for a cork board. Kaleida says, oh, the videos I wish I'd downloaded in the early days of YouTube.
No idea what we're doing.
They're probably still around. In fact, there's probably a YouTube channel out there dedicated to the early days of YouTube that has all those videos in them.
Well, that was
this is a cork
video
board.
was free YouTube.
Was it on like one of the put files share things?
It was before that. Like it was sent around in emails as like MPEG-1. It was called like worst day ever or something like that. Or .wmv.
Yeah, where compression wasn't a thing.
It's definitely on YouTube because I sent it to my sister the other day.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's converted that crap.
I mean, there's this cork board.
Hey.
Yeah, Cyberx says, yeah, he feels bad he can't be in the VoIP.
In the glassed-in office where Narc was overlooking the cubicles.
Can we get him in a Discord thing or something?
I mean, this is an office with windows that overlook the cubicles, but it does not have a corkboard.
That looks like a map.
Yeah. This is a glassed-in office with windows that overlook the cubicles. It has a ladder, but it does not have a corkboard.
And the water cooler.
This is an office that overlooks the cubicles. It has a map, but no corkboard. These are diagrams. That's more maps.
My bad, Doc.
Maybe this one? It's a map.
What's on the corkboard? Is it just a note, lost cat, goes by Jonesy, green? Or is there like a photo of the guy? Oh boy, this is a good one.
Well, yeah, I figured this would be the type of thing.
Maybe this is it? But printer out of paper. I mean, this is the only one where stuff is high enough resolution to read it. Okay, but where is Breen mentioned here?
Is it the aliens in the corner there in the upper right?
Oh snap! Tony meeting 1600.
Tony J meeting at something.
Oh, yep, there it is. There it is.
Dr. Brilliant's plan to take over the world. That's it.
Where? I guess I'm not.
It's just plans to take over the world by Wallace.
Yep.
Okay. Meet aliens. Be their friends. Live in a big tower so my enemies can't get me. Eli can't come because he's a stupid face. Okay.
All right, that's good.
Oh, zoom in with Z. He says you can zoom in with Z. Here we go.
Out of post-its, need more. Pew pew. My daughter is cooler than you. Bullets bouncing off. Diane, security desk B3 needs more donuts. Thanks, Otis.
Oh, snap. I wonder if anybody's actually tried to call some of these numbers.
Science. Is that a portal gun? Is that supposed to be a gravity gun?
What's the gravity gun in this?
Yes, it's the gravity gun in Half-Life 2. All right.
Is that
Thank you, Lion. That was
Hadron Collider? Hey, we found it eventually.
Now I'm completely turned around. I have no idea which way is forward now.
Follow the copy machines.
Wasn't there a ladder in one of these? Yeah, here.
Kaleidos says that. Oh snap! Should be the video's thumbnail. I don't know if Dark's made one for this.
Can I not go up this?
Is there a button? Oh, maybe it won't let you up because you got to knock out the panels.
That is not a usable ladder. At this point.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yep.
What? Hold on.
In fact, there's a crab in here. We gotta go.
I don't remember this.
This may all be optional side content, like there's a health charge or something. Oh, there's a loading zone.
Oh,
Usually there's not loading zones before optional content.
Yeah.
You're right.
Achievement unlocked. Permeable infrastructure.
What is that? All right, go to Steam. Figure out what that means.
It means you get a cookie. Cyborg says, yeah, I guess Tony J meeting goes like this. He goes, we have the money. Meeting adjourned.
Permeable infrastructure. Use the alternate path in office complex.
What? Was that there in the first game?
Well, we need to have an air horn.
I don't know.
Oh, this is totally new. Oh.
Zeldara says, glue-on gun?
Oh,
glue-on's a thing. No, what are you doing? Fall down! Grab the ladder, you boob!
Casualty.
Fatality.
Okay. Now is there a way to avoid falling into this thing?
Well, I thought you just had to go to the left and make sure you grab the ladder.
No, I mean, I can't get there. Maybe I have to jump onto it.
Casualty.
Have we tried going the long way?
Fatality.
Let's see.
I think stepping on those over there is what makes them fall.
Cyberx says the alternate path was there, but it was just a meter long in order to reach the turret gun controls. It's the same, but longer.
Oh, yeah, see, I think the problem here is that the ladder has this thing directly above it.
Mm-hmm. Are the vents openable? Deca says, Narc needs to reboot. He's got the activate Windows bug.
Ah, there we go. Wait. Oh. Wait, why is that there?
Another vent?
No, but why is that showing up in the NDI feed?
What's showing up? The activate Windows? Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
Probably because you went to look at the achievable.
Cyborg says you need to climb the ladder to beat the lift to the vent above before it crashes down.
Now, does that mean I lose my soldier escort? He can't come with me? I can't unlock a door to get him to come back?
Probably.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the normal way is you go up the stairs and deal with turret guns. He'd probably die on the way, though, honestly.
Turrets stink.
Cyborg says there's a scientist down the stairs who tells you about the soldiers.
Huh.
Cyborg says you can head down the stairs to get the guards back. So up through the infrastructure, must be a loop.
I just overheard a secure access transmission. Soldiers have arrived. They're coming to rescue us. Of course, I have my doubts that we'll live long enough to greet them.
You don't say.
This all went to rack and ruin rather quickly, don't you think?
You could say that.
Did hits not register? I swear it looks like you hit him first, but he didn't react.
Yeah, I thought there was one hit that looked to me like it was a good hit, but it didn't kill him. Like the first one went down with one hit. And the second one I thought I hit, and it didn't register, so I don't know. Alright, so I think that should get me access back to the guard if he's still alive.
Cyborg wants to know if we got the Tom and Jerry movie reference.
Guess what?
No.
He's not.
No, he didn't make it.
I guess not. Oh, no. Wait. There's another one over here.
Well, they all look the same.
Get on your game face, Doc. Sorry.
Got a lot of dead friends here.
Yeah.
All right.
Do they have their game faces on?
So what are we doing now? Elevator power, is that it? Pull handle.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know.
Let me get out of your way there.
Am I? No.
Oh, Dicka says, yeah, the one on the ground was a different guard. That's the wrong gun.
Get out of your way here.
I think you just go up the stairs.
What do you mean? I came down the stairs. How I got here?
Right, but he thinks you're supposed to lead him up as opposed to you
really?
down.
Oh, okay. I didn't think there was anywhere to go up there.
Well, you just kind of bypassed it by going through the vent.
Up there!
Oh. Oh, he's treating the barnacle as a threat. I'm like, what are you shooting at?
Well, it is a threat.
I crouch under this? No, I can't. Alright. Well, then we're going this way.
Oh, Cyborg says in Shidaki's LP of the shareware version, there was a bug where the NPCs died on level loads. That must have been interesting.
Apparently there's supposed to have been a really annoying, strange bug just fixed in Outer Worlds where, like, a bunch of quests would fail because it would say that companions had died, except the game's not supposed to allow companions to die. And what happened is that, like, companions take damage in fights, but they only get knocked down. And when you're in a social space, which is your ship, they are labeled as unable to die, but not unable to take damage. Characters can take damage from attacks, but they can also take damage from falling. And they have sets of animations where... Did I need to turn this off? Where they will climb on stuff like boxes and ladders. And they also had a trigger that said any behavior that involves opening doors, climbing boxes, or ladders will not go on during a conversation. So what was happening is that these characters were starting to climb a ladder on the ship. And then the player character starts a conversation. The game tells them, well, since they've started climbing the ladder, keep climbing, but they can't get off. So they climb through all the geometry up to the top of the level and then fall to their death.
Yep. There were some weird collision bugs as well, where you could have one of the companions somehow clip into another companion and kill him. But that's incredibly fluky.
What is the point of this?
I think you turn the fan off.
Yeah.
And then
but
that lets you do something else. Duh.
I guess, but what?
I don't know. Maybe in a future area? I don't remember this room. Oh, there's a ladder.
Well, this ladder just goes there.
No, the other ladder.
Yeah, but that ladder I can't get to.
Why not? Oh, yeah, but now the fan's off, so use the box. Yeah, is there a box?
No, there's
Find
no
a box. There's got to be a box. Did you smash a box?
I don't think so.
There's got to be a way to climb up to the other ladder.
Cyborg says you need to turn off the fan and sprint jump.
Oh, sprint, is that it?
Well,
just sprint jump? All right.
So my guess is you have to go all the way to the back there to get the room and then go.
Okay. Thank you.
You were doing this in a very different way than I did, I think.
Well, I think the beauty of it is that there are alternate routes, alternate methods, alternate ways of falling through a ceiling into an office.
As long as they all use a crowbar.
Crew have died.
Oh, hey guys.
Loaded?
This crowbar? Yes, this crowbar is very loaded.
I think he meant you.
Oh, well, not now.
Here comes more of those things.
Sure as shit ain't playing this sober. Quick, CRT, beat it!
Oh, this is the mess hall, isn't it?
Cool. I got you back.
Did his arms just come out of his body there in a very strange, peculiar way?
That's right.
It's, yep.
Like, near his stomach?
Yeah.
It's not where arms are supposed to go.
It's like he put his hands on his gun behind his back.
Yes,
and then
thank you.
phased through his body.
I'm trying to discern whether I'm having a particular issue receiving the signal or whether the game itself is doing weird things.
I think you do have to go through the mess hall.
I know, I'm just backtracking because we didn't come this way.
Phil Mysterious says, I don't like how dark this mod is compared to the original game.
Well, you know what? I've been wondering about that. I can just...
I mean, it looks good for me here. I could check the stream, but...
I've already got it up pretty far up. I mean, it could be like that. You know what I mean? Gamma 1.6. That's as bright as it goes.
No, default is 2.2, so...
Lionel brings up a good point. It is darker, but it does get brighter in other areas. And we have infinite flashlight and sprint. I don't know if... I feel like...
What, no duct tape mod?
First game, they both the flashlight and sprint used power of some kind.
Which is dumb. I always hated how video games, for some reason, had batteries in your flashlight that lasted 1/2 of 10 minutes.
You ever use those Ever-Ready flashlights, those plastic ones?
I don't think so, no.
Sorry,
there
dude.
There should be a game where your battery lasts a reasonable time, 8 hours, but every 20 seconds or so you have to shake the flashlight to get the connection to work right.
Phil asks, yeah, does the first game even have sprint?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't know.
It's been so long, and considering I never played it.
I think you were always sprinting. I think the first game had sprint on all the time.
There is a configuration item for always run.
Cyborg says, yeah, no, it didn't. Half-Life 2 did.
Alright, well, I think everything is dead in here now, so that's fine.
Aries 540 says, my first experience playing this game was with no sound and at 2 a.m. I wandered around the beginning of the game and couldn't figure out who I was supposed to be talking to. I did this for 3+ hours. I never actually got to play the actual game.
Alpine Hue, Cola Bola, Rutta Grape. Ooh.
Yeah, that doesn't sound appealing.
I hear a zombie in here somewhere. Is there a zombie behind here?
The zombie. Oh, I remember. Give me a minute.
Oh, another
I remember where this guy is.
Somebody in chat's a big cream
the
soda
zombies
fan.
and the zombies upstairs. Look upstairs.
Yeah, because I can definitely hear him over there.
Deca says, yeah, there is a game where you do shake the flashlight, so I think there's one that has that mechanic. What, Cyborg about no it didn't, Half-Life 2 did? I did read that.
I remember this. There's a neat physics puzzle here in the abattoir? I don't know. Freezer, I guess.
Oh, Cyborg says he wants you to check out the Skittles in the snack machine. Now, is it just me, or are those guys cowering the exact same way that we had them cowering in, what's it there, the Bungie title that we just did, Oni, yeah, was it Oni?
That was the most recent Bungie title.
Yeah.
Is there no safe haven for these abominations?
It's just the way that they ran around the corner and crouched and cowered.
Quality assured, freezer fresh, fine beef product.
I'm surprised it doesn't say beef like.
Yeah, now I think honestly, this may be about as far as I've ever personally got in playing this. And yeah, I remember there's some kind of a puzzle here that involves like the vents and some moving shelves with frozen stuff on it.
You have to move the
racks,
half steers.
There's racks carrying meat.
Yeah, Cyborg, I don't think he's going for the Skittles.
Oh, well, I could go back.
Kaleida says, yeah, there's a video on YouTube that explains how the acid spitters would actually detect their targets by smell. Cyborg says the acid spitters are called bull squid.
Bill Mysterious says, a female scientist, I dare say.
Monocle pops out. Yeah, he's being default sexist. Okay, so we're looking for the Skittles. Don't damage it. You're gonna have to answer the Coca-Cola company.
Quivers, ramblers, uppercuts, naked fries.
Yeah, it's naked, but up to something.
All right,
What did they say? Dumbles? Is that what that's it?
No, I think it says
tittles. It's fab tittles.
Tittle, of course, being the dot above the I and J. And Ramblers being a play on walkers, the the lays that they have in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, but it's pronounced throat warbler mangrove. Kaleidos says to Phil, he goes, women exist in the world. They can do things. Quiet, you.
Aren't you cold? I mean...
she should be freezing her ass off, literally. I don't know why she went to stand there in front of that freezing vent.
Alright,
She's the ghost of your girlfriend!
Not another one. Pie on Fours and Twitch. Hi, Pie.
Hi,
he
Pie.
says, yeah, never any cola bola when you want some.
Okay.
Or cola Ebola, for that matter.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate name, if you ask me.
Cyborg says, yeah, the female scientists were intended for for Half-Life 1, namely a Mossman-style scene, but it was cut either for time or they couldn't make a model look good. That was a joke in the brand naming.
Right. Okay, so if I remember correctly, like
you have to move that quarter
needs to be
sphere
moved down
in between.
here so that it forms a bridge to the other vent.
That is correct. You just saved yourself about 45 minutes.
Physics puzzles.
That. Oh my god! I swear to God, this took me an entire day after school. I got home from school, and then I was able to play on the computer until my dad got home. And it was like 6:30, and I did not solve this thing.
You know, I don't know what it is, but I imagine you're using the same computer then as you do now.
I do have that computer still. And I was using it as a file server up until like a year ago. It was a Dell Dimension XPS D300. It has it had a Pentium 2 processor at 300 megahertz, 4 megabytes of 3D video RAM memory, 96 megs of RAM. What else did it have? It had an 8 gigabyte hard drive stock, but I improved that a bit.
Cyborg says, yeah, I noticed Blackstar carefully skipped over the bit where I said the Skittles were actually called. Yeah, it's because I left that to Funk. He's the one who got that.
Is this... do I need to find... I need to find the valve.
Yeah, it's actually right behind you. It's right behind you.
Is it?
It should be, yeah. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's around the corner. It's close. It's weirdly close. Go down to the end of that hallway there.
Heel says, I guess I'm a chauvinist pig. Phil Mysterious says, what kind of meat is that supposed to be? I would assume
I don't know.
cow.
No, turn around.
What?
Oh, gee. You know what? I don't know where it is anymore. Disregard me.
I think Funk is just making it up as he goes.
It's
that way. It's this way.
No,
behind you.
Okay,
To the left.
Go back to the hole. Go back to the hole where's
the mute button?
Go back to the hole where it's supposed to be. What the viewers don't realize is every time Black Star reads comments, he mutes me.
Well, I try for the most part, yeah. And you wonder why.
Find the wall hole.
See?
Right, that's to your left.
For what
go to the right.
For what he's doing right now. And he wonders why.
What?
180.
I swear he's just here to make noises.
And then go.
Ah, there you go. There it is.
Kaleidos says, I wonder why the goggles coming off the female assassins when killed was something that needed to be censored in other regions.
What?
Did not even know that was a thing. They actually censored it in other gaming regions? Really? Kaleidos says, how serious is that activate Windows message? Not real serious. We kind of ignore it. In fact, we thought we'd eliminated it.
It's serious in the sense that they mean it. I mean, you know, I mean, like they want me to. I mean,
they mean a lot of things.
That doesn't affect me all that much, but
nope.
There's actually no soldier plotline in Half-Life. That's just the game or his operating system telling him that they've contracted the government to come take him out.
Nope, that one doesn't open. Fine.
Oh, Kaleidos says, yeah, the censoring comes from having the goggles not come off. It's like revealing that they're real humans is blasphemous. I think it's probably a safety thing, whether they could say whether they're human targets or not, and real people being killed and hurt and messing with, the children's. It's all about thinking of the children.
Okay. Good thing you turned the gamma up, by the way. You would have not seen that.
You would have
guy.
been scared in the dark. See, I think that's why Funk wants it up. He doesn't like running around in the dark. In fact,
I turned the gamma up. First,
Narc, turn off your flashlight.
Turn up the
there
gamma.
you go. Yeah.
No. I just turned the game off. This is not good.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Ah!
Now find a butterfly. He's just... Oh, sweet. He's doing the strobe. Dun, 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 dun,
By the way, speaking of strobe, have you guys seen The Mandalorian today? The new episode?
Episode 6?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god, was that the best episode ever or what?
I'm loving what they're doing. I love where it's going. I really do.
It had Bill Burr in it and Richard Ayoade. Mm-hmm. And then the voice of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. So it's probably the best episode. But there's this scene, I reference it because there's this scene where Bill Burr, by the way, who plays Bill Burr in Star Wars, like they didn't even try to disguise the fact that this guy's Bill Burr.
Yep.
Anyway, so Bill Burr's like looking for where the Mandalorian is, and then you can see the Mandalorian slowly sneak up on him from behind with the strobe lights. It's totally cool.
I love that scene. That was actually a great one.
So awesome.
Cyberx says, my brother worked on The Mandalorian. He works for ILM.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sweet. Maybe we can hook up the Narc with something.
I'm concerned that there's a valve here that I'm supposed to turn, but I guess I'm supposed to turn it without knowing why or what it does.
Yeah.
I mean,
my guess is it's flooding a room somewhere and killing someone else at the facility.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing.
Fine. Fine then. No problem.
Pion 4 says, yeah, Bill Gates is on his way to personally beat down Narc on stream. Yeah, tune in next week for that. Kaleidos says, yeah, there's also a video of the female assassins of Half-Life that explain their unique mechanics. It doesn't stop you from killing everyone else. Also, Capcom is updating their remake of Resident Evil 2, full game and the demo, to incorporate elements from the upcoming Resident Evil 3 remake, which I think I did see a video on recently, which did look really, really cool. I want to do the Resident Evil remake at some point. We may do that for Halloween next year.
Freeman! Good.
What was the remake we played that made the game worse?
Don't count on the cavalry finding us down here.
Was it one of the Halo ones?
No. Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Because there was only some of the ones we did lately.
We can still climb.
All right, these guys are about to get blown to bits.
Well, yeah, isn't there a turret up here?
There's a turret around every corner, if I recall correctly.
Funk, Kaleidos said that wasn't the voice. That was the full-on actor in makeup.
Oh, it's the guy
in The Mandalorian, yeah.
You couldn't tell? Guy with the horns.
Horns, yeah.
Horns, yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't tell?
Mr. Krabs. I don't know what the guy looks like.
Oh, seriously? He's been in tons of things. In fact,
the only one I recognized immediately was Bill Burr. And it took me about half the episode to figure out Richard Ayoade. And it took me like almost the entire episode to figure out Mr. Krabs.
I remember he was in the Star Trek Enterprise episode. And Collider says to Cyborg, he goes, yeah, ILM, been a fan since I've been in single digits. You and me both.
I am for. It's just an absolutely devastating insult.
Where?
This moron doesn't know what Mr. Krabs looks like.
Imagine. Well, it's not like he, how should we say,
Pardon me.
notices him in other projects he's done over the years.
That's right. Ciao, Taco.
Cyborg says, yeah, look up Red on Steam and also Dark Redshift, and you'll get my brother and him respectively.
Neat.
Yeah. He says the above about Render Me applies to Narc and Blackstar too.
Do you still say there's nothing?
I'm trying to sign into Steam. I can never remember my password.
There's
Heal says, Jill Sandwich.
across that shack. I failed physical education.
Yeah, that much is obvious, Mr. Physical Ed. Can we push him down the shaft? Can you pick him up with your psychic powers? And just
no gravity gun in this one, unfortunately.
Well, see, that's the thing I don't get, where you can pick up inanimate objects, but you can't pick up people and toss them. Collider notes, yeah, Mr. Krabs has done 4, count them 4 Star Wars projects. Can you name them, Funk?
I will make an attempt to name them, knowing nothing.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Here comes the rapid typing for Google. Stand by.
No, Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Obi-Wan. It's an Xbox game and PC game. And
don't have them.
the Clone Wars. And
don't you shoot his hand.
KOTOR 2. KOTOR 2. That's one.
Oh, I can double check, see if you're right. Let's see. Oh, Cyborg says,
it'll let me shoot his hand. It won't let me shoot the rest of him. It puts the gun down.
Not. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. They want you to do it.
No, they don't. But I don't think there's anything I can do. I don't think I can save him.
Would you want to?
That's
Is the
thing
question.
with these games. They usually don't make a button to do that.
Phil says, Blackstar, try picking up a person in real life and throwing them. I've done it on plenty of occasions.
Nope. There he went.
Bye-bye.
Wait.
Cyborg says, you two are welcome to join us on Steam if you want to play Halo Reach or PC or co-op sometime. Well, thank you, Cyborg.
I don't know how many times I'm going to have to buy Halo Reach, but I'm considering not doing it for the PC.
Wait till the next Xbox comes out.
Now, is it added to Master Chief Collection on console? It is, and if so, is it free or you have to pay $10, or is that only for the PC version? But is that just for Reach PC version, or only if you already own the PC version of Master Chief Collection? I mean, I'm confused.
No, I'm in the customer confusion category as well, so I'd have to research.
Or I wouldn't say confused. I would just say I don't know.
I'd say confused.
And I'm also not necessarily convinced I need to buy Reach again.
Yeah, I Hate Heel says, Halo Reach around. Sponsored and powered by the makers of Pacific Rim Job. Let's see. Oh, Pion 4's got a dash. Have fun, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Catch you later.
Pion 4.
Bye to that guy, too.
All right, so
crap.
Blackstar.
Yes.
How much do you think the heaviest person... Okay, so let's say...
I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
How much do I think the heaviest person I would toss weighs? Is that what this question was?
How much do you think that...
Oh, how much can I throw?
Yeah, but as a person.
Maybe a $140. It's what I think my girlfriend at the time weighed when I was carrying her around. But yeah,
140. Are you familiar with the the wife carrying competitions they have out in Finland?
No, but I could see why. I mean, it is Finland.
It is Finland. And you know how the Fosbury flop totally changed how people do the high jump?
Right.
There was a wife carrying competitor who figured out how to carry his wife where she was hanging on him upside down or something, and then and he like totally annihilated everybody, and now everyone carries their wives upside down.
Oh, well, that explains it.
It's a Fosbury flop of wife carrying.
Zal's having lag issues, so he's going to call it a night. He says, thanks for joining. We will catch you later.
Good night.
Good night. Good luck with the scary videos.
Yeah. Kaleidos says, I haven't cared about Halo since the Grand Mac betrayal of 2000. Aw, that's too bad. Because the early days were a lot of fun. Halo 1 for me has always been the best. Halo 2 opened up a whole new world of multiplayer. 3 kind of wrapped up the story. 4 and 5 are tragedies.
Yeah, those...
But hey, I did want to give them a fair shake. I made sure that I kept an open mind for both of them. They just failed. Cyborg says, I never knew about the great Halo Mac betrayal until after I'd read about it in Marathon. Even then, I'd never considered it such as I played the first half of Half-Life.
What?
Yeah, see, I was the opposite. I was playing all of this instead of playing Half-Life. So for me, Half-Life was always been the outside peripheral physics thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that, like, Halo got, betrayed, if you want to call it that, by getting, because Microsoft bought them to make it for the Xbox.
They backed up that truckload of money.
But this didn't come to the Mac either, and it was supposed to be, and it was one of those things where, like, a company was hired to port it, but they didn't get paid. There was a story that the whole thing was done, and it was just locked in a guy's safe, and it was waiting for the payment. So, like, neither of those, at one point it looked like people on the Mac would be getting Half-Life and Halo within a couple of years, and then it ended up getting neither of them for a long, long time.
Yeah, Kaleidos says, I was a total committed Apple user. Yeah, me too. And she says, I missed out on a ton of games.
She says, play Warcraft 3.
Yeah, she said, but I'm not going to lie, but having Jennifer Hale, FemShep in recent games did almost get me back in. Cyborg says, I know Jennifer is Cortana and Princess Peach.
What?
Yeah. Cyborg says that. I know Jennifer
Did Jennifer voice Cortana?
No. That was, what's her
Jennifer
face?
Hale is Shepard. It's Jen Taylor.
Jen Taylor. Yep. Who I've shared M&Ms with. I get to say that.
How do you share an M&M?
There was a bowl. There was a bowl at the table where we were hanging out.
Oh, because it sounds like you're sharing one M&M, which is kind of weird.
No. Handed to her. She handed them to me. It was a moment.
Speaking of bowl and Jen Taylor, you guys ever see that video of Jen Taylor visiting all the big Halo fans? And then she goes and visits Bull's house, and then Bull's plays it all like super cool. And like he has no idea who she is, and then finally at the end of it, she's like, "Hey, do you know who I am?" It's like, "Yeah, you're Jen Taylor, voice of Cortana." It's like, man, Bull is so cool.
Well, see, the thing is that I was there, thanks. And in fact, when she came into the room, everyone was playing, and I think everybody either was either wrapped up in the game so much they didn't notice, or B, were all trying to play it cool and didn't want to get all geeky on her and say, "Oh my God, Jen Taylor!" Da, da, da. She actually did sign both of my Halo discs, though. So yeah, she was very nice. But yeah, nobody was gushing over when they were recording and while she was visiting. In fact, what was funny is that for that video, she was on a hunt to, they were trying to make this whole cutesy little story. She was on a hunt to meet the fan base and to meet Claude. Well, she met Claude at Mig's house in the Bronx. So anybody that knows either of these people, one documentary where they shot and interviewed Claude and everything was actually at his house. But when Jen went to go do it, it was over at Mig's. So it made very little sense. And she actually talked to him in Mig's room when Claude was on Mig's computer looking up and showing her items from the HBO website.
Interesting behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. All the little ins and outs, the magic of documentary filmmaking. So yeah, there was very little consistency going on with that. But yeah, you get to see Buyback and a couple of other people, and we all scream Bungie at the camera together.
If you want to read some extra stuff about Jen Taylor, which has no basis in reality, if you go and look up, Matt Sowell wrote something on the old Truth and Reconciliation Bungie.net Halo site. back in 2002 where he went to interview Jen Taylor. And he just made it all up. And he pretended like Jen Taylor was in an insane asylum after what Marty and Joe Staten did to her. I swear to God. He did
I honestly
this,
don't remember that at all.
It is...
I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I just don't remember that.
Matt Soul's an absolute genius. It's one of the funniest things I ever read. Oh, yeah, it was great. It was great. So anyway, I don't know how you're going to find that. Google it. Go back in time.
Wayback Machine. Maybe they have a flash of it.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, Sabric says, oh, by the way, Ren is coming home for Christmas tomorrow. Oh, that is awesome.
I'm going on vacation for Christmas. It's good.
Oh, really? Where are you going?
Florida, like always.
Oh my God, really? Christmas in Florida?
Yeah.
With the pythons and alligators?
You can use the explosive barrels to kill the turrets, if I recall correctly.
Picking up an explosive barrel in front of a turret seems like a bad idea.
I think that he's baiting you.
I would have thought anything grenade. Actually.
I am a master baiter.
Oh, no.
That's not something I'm doing. Oh! Throw it at the wall. Oh, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, see the sensors, like in Destiny, that's like, oh, just shoot the thing. No, that's not how that works.
Cyberg says, I know that's a catchphrase of Hazuki. Kaleida says, yeah, when Jennifer Hale says it with an English accent, it sticks. And I Hate Heel says, who wishes Jar Jar was killed? Guilty. And I feel really bad for the actor who did it because he's a very nice guy. But apparently he's really taken the whole Jar Jar thing immensely personally. And I feel very, very bad about that.
You should, because he's not that bad of a character. There you go.
I think the execution of it was done in an unfortunate way, and I think the focus on him and the extent to which he was used was not good. Ares says Jar Jar is a Sith Lord. Which, in my opinion, if that were actually true, I think would really elevate his character and open up some interesting things. But sadly, I think the voice execution of it was just really poorly done. In fact, I think a lot of voice actors got the shaft in that particular movie.
Oh, fuck it.
Cyborg says, yeah, does Anakin's actors get the flack for the prequel too? Oh, all of them did. All of them did. In fact, I think it ruined Jason Lord's life too.
Yeah. But also Christian Haydenson, I think, also doesn't act anymore, right? I mean,
if not, I don't know what project he's doing.
Oh, fucker. Damn it. I thought I know.
I hear that he's embracing the Star Wars lately, though.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Christensen? He was trying to be edgy like Funk does by saying that the prequels were better than the other ones.
They are? I mean, they're not. But 3 of them are better than...
I love how your instincts completely betrayed you there. I love it.
I will say definitely 3 of them are better than
your mouth
Return.
says one thing while your brain says another. I love it. He's like, wait, I gotta get this lie right. Hold on. It's like he's been completely caught and exposed and he's totally trying to recover. No, you didn't hear that. No, but it's not being recorded and live at all. All I can think of is that scene in The Great Escape where the guy is walking onto the bus and one of the Germans says English to him and the guy replies and the German's like, ha ha, I caught you! And he's like, oh shit! Oh, Cyborg says, yeah, the drink machines give you health too. So if you're short, which, you know, you're 9... that might be a good idea.
No, 65 is the health. I think the 9 is the shield equivalent.
Oh, is that what I thought it was the other way. I missed orientation. Phil says, my hot take is that all the Star Wars movies are cheesy kid adventures that are equally as good and bad.
Yeah.
Which is fine. A lot of people feel the same. But for those who it resonates a little deeper, though, yeah, they have a little bit more discerning feelings about their individual executions.
I just don't know how any of you guys can claim that Return is a better movie than any of the prequels.
What do you mean, Return of the Jedi?
Yeah. Because it's like the Ewoks are terrible, which everyone agrees about. Everyone agrees Ewoks are terrible. But the story isn't interesting. I don't think that... Like, I was not satisfied with Darth Vader's redemption there.
No, that was garbage. I mean...
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
No.
Okay.
But to me, trying to edge up by saying... Oh, come on. By saying the prequels are good because Jedi is bad? That's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's...
I'm not saying they're... Well, look, all Star Wars movies are good movies, even Jedi. But Jedi's the worst. That's all I'm saying.
Cyberg says, my best Star Wars films were Episode 4 and Force Awakens. Ren really likes Kylo Ren.
Ugh.
Steels wants another fatality.
Well, I do understand why you like both those movies, considering they are the same film. So, yeah, understandable. See if you can use the caution wet floor thing. Don't cross the beams.
Kaleida says, you know Lucas' imagination is limited when the reason he didn't make the Ewoks Wookiees was because Wookiees are a technologically advanced race.
Did he claim that?
I thought in the canon they were. Kaleida says, humans are an advanced race, but not at all the use of technology culture-wise. Plus, these could have been slaves. Yeah, I was kind of...
that is bad.
I've always wanted to know more about Wookiees, and that one scene that they had, I think it was in... Was it in Sith? Or was it in Clone... No, I think it was in Clone Wars. There's this one scene where you see all these Wookiees...
called momentum preservation.
Yeah, well... They're really...
Just sprint across the
They're
hall.
really excited about their physics.
Yeah, also, don't fall down the huge shaft.
No, go ahead and fall down the huge shaft. It's fine.
No, I don't think it probably is.
I'm telling you, it's fine.
I know what you're saying. I just don't believe you.
Try it once where you fall down the huge shaft.
Look at that. The save it's given me literally has me sliding towards the laser.
Roll with it. Just keep running.
Careful. Don't cross the beams.
Go ahead. Go down there.
Did he say don't cross the beams?
Nice job.
I was wondering if you were targeting the scientists.
Oh, okay.
Now here's my question. Presumably these things have some kind of targeting that keeps them from shooting each other, making them blow each other away. So why don't you just like point both of them at each other?
I don't think that mattered. Oh, look, hey.
What's the body
We
parts?
missed him the first time. There's in the opening sequence, there's he's talking to a guy in a room, I think, and I missed it.
You know, it's funny they don't have him as the Smoking Man crossover with Mass Effect. That would be kind of funny.
He is pretty much Smoking Man.
No, I know, but I'm just saying the actual like model, and they have Sheen do the voice.
System now under military command.
Oh, Kaleidos says, for all the flack Jedi gets, it did a good job of establishing the Civil War being a galactic conflict when they allowed aliens to be a part of it. Yeah, that is true. Though, to this day, I still don't know what they were fighting about.
Nobody does.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who says they do.
Kaleidos says, plus I loved how the film reversed the sci-fi tropes, having the group of aliens be the good guys while the entire human group are the bad guys.
Isn't it due to the corruption in the Empire and keeping down the outer rim world?
I'm sure there's a lore explanation somewhere, but my thing is that those aren't readily displayed in the films themselves.
It does show, it's a good point, it does show that, you know, how little people actually care about the Empire versus the Rebellion, when at the start of Star Wars, all Luke wants to do is join the Empire and be a pilot. Yeah. And then, like, about 45 minutes later, he's like, it's not that I like the Empire, I hate it.
But why do you hate it?
Well,
give me some explanations.
Are you talking about the prequels, or are you talking about the first movie?
First movie, Star Wars.
He's talking about Star
Wars. He wanted to join the Rebellion, he never wanted to join the Empire.
Why did he want to go to the Empire Flight School?
He didn't. What does it say?
He wanted to go to the Academy. The Empire Flight Academy, like his friends.
The ones that ended up in the Rebellion?
Yeah.
Hey, look, man.
Again, obviously, it's not readily explained very well because you guys.
Academy?
If it was, you wouldn't be arguing about it.
I think it's far more likely that Lucas was being really sloppy with his terminology than the idea that we're supposed to believe there was a big ideological flip there.
I just think that shows that Luke didn't care. Oh no, this is where the game flips.
Wow, worst grenade toss ever.
Yeah.
It's not even the worst grenade toss in the past 15 minutes. I like the stairwell toss. That was pretty good.
Oh, Kaleidos says, yeah, Irvin Kersh has said in his commentary that the idea of distinguishing the rebels and the Empire was simply giving the Empire English accents and rebels American accents. And you know what? I sort of get it because, I hate to say it, but traditionally in a lot of American movies, the British or European accented persons have always been given the bad guy roles. So that kind of toes the line as far as that perception anyway. Cyborg says Luke is actually talking about becoming a rebel pilot, so I guess rebels have an academy too.
Yep.
Rebels don't have an academy.
I am almost entirely certain on that. If you're hinging the whole thing there on
Biggs
the word
left.
academy, then no.
Right, because Biggs left and he meets up Biggs at the end of the film, so where did Biggs go?
Biggs was an obvious deserter.
Do we want to call this this is where the game pivots, and the pivot is that kind of like what happens with Halo when the Flood come in, is that now there's a new enemy faction. All the scientists thought soldiers were going to come save them, and it turns out the soldiers are here to kill everybody.
Yeah, I Hate Heel says, yeah, gotta kill some humans now.
Yeah, so now basically the thing turns into Counter-Strike.
Yes. Okay, all right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We certainly hope that you enjoyed it. This is the Rampancy.net playthrough of Black Mesa. Please feel free to check out all of our stuff on our Rampancy.net YouTube channel, and stay tuned. Check out our scheduling to find out when our next exciting adventure is. I am Blackstar. He is Narcogen, along with Funkbon. Thank you all for watching, and we certainly hope to catch you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hello. My name is Dr. Eric Sigurdsson, Head of Weapons and Materials Research, here at the Black Mesa Research Facility. Our first-rate associates have always designed, developed, and manufactured specialized equipment for an amazing array of advanced scientific disciplines. But don't take my word for it. Let's see what one of our many satisfied business partners has to say.
Thanks, Doc. The Navy and Marine Corps needed a weapons system that offered single-target force projection that allows an operator to eliminate a threat at an extreme range. The XVL-1456 meets those particular requirements, and then some. Thanks a lot, Black Mesa.
Of course, all this research would be useless if we couldn't test our weapons properly. Thankfully, Black Mesa has a variety of decommissioned areas that we have been able to repurpose for our needs. From outdoor storage sites to temperature-controlled indoor facilities, we can provide testing in almost any environment imaginable. At Black Mesa, we continue to deliver the future.
Down. Shutting down. Someone... Attention, shut down. It's not shutting down.